everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I am most certainly not your Dungeon Master today, but I am most certainly your host as we play a new campaign. New world, new campaign, some familiar faces, and some new ones as well, as we start here. So, Askren, you are, sadly enough, for you, having us as players today. I apologize, but you are our DM for today. So, how are you doing, my friend?
What is going on? I'm doing great. I am wide awake thanks to some 5-hour energy, and I'm ready to play some D&D with all you guys.
Oh yeah. All right then. What's up, Wanzot? Good to see you, man. Let us introduce our cast for the day and who we're playing today. So I will start below me. Trainsy, how you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm stoked to both continue the lineage that is Daelon Douglas, and then also have the talent that is our friend Askren, and the new arrival Kira.
Indeed.
Stoked about that too. So, well, yeah, I will be playing Daelon Oakbringer, the very unaspiring broy dwarf that just is looking to appease people but develop his own business of brewing beer.
Welcome.
So.
Excellent. Yes, indeed. The dwarf monk Daelon is back. As is Salentes. Welcome, Salentes, to the adventure, my friends. You are a gentle being and a scholar. Thank you for following. I today am playing Douglas Templeton. Douglas is, of course, the Northern Irish, very angry man, human fighter, and he's got a lot of anger issues which he's working through. He's got a wife called Claudia, he's got a honey badger called Morris, and he's also got Captain Gus Gus. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a gentleman and a scholar. I salute you, Captain. So, that is who I'm playing. We're all level 4 today. As another note, I wield a great sword, a long sword on my back, and I've got this kind of short cropped hair, and I've got a beard, but my beard has been like sliced up because I can't shave it properly. I just attack it with a knife. Let's go to our newest cast member. Everybody in chat say hi to Kira. So Kira,
hi guys.
How are you?
Well, I'm still recovering from my strep throat, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
So I woke up with a bit of sore throat. Got a frog in my throat still. Bear with me if it's kind of croaky. Yeah, otherwise I'm doing really good. I'm really excited. It's gonna be lots of fun.
Yeah, it is. So who are you playing today?
I'm going to be playing, her name's Katherine, but of course we got some dates mixed up. I thought we were starting next week, so
yes.
And I had a meeting this morning, so I was like rushing to kind of get everything kind of finalized for you guys. But yeah, the name is gonna be Katherine. She's gonna be a warlock, so pretty excited.
Okay then, Katherine. All right. So I will put you on this. Perfect. So what race are you?
Oh, half-elf.
Half-elf, Katherine. Perfect. So before we begin today's adventure, I'll remind you guys of a few things that you can do to interact with our show today, as ever. So, new campaign, first episode, we need some madness to fuck with Askren, our new DM, right? So, ways to do that, of course, if you're new and you haven't followed, hit that follow button and join us. Best way to keep up with all of our shows. We're here 5 nights a week, 9 shows a week, 150 hours of D&D every single month, a 24-hour D&D stream happening this Saturday, which I'm very excited for. I'm going to see most of these guys around on that as well at some point or another. Bless their hearts. I'm going to be so drunk and so tired. Thanks, Trinity, for that host, which I'm very much looking forward to. Of course, if you haven't retweeted, at 25 retweets, you guys get to decide anything which happens in this game. So we have viewer decisions, which means you guys get to throw your ideas into chat as to what happens next. We throw them into a straw poll. The most popular one happens. And so I'm very excited to see exactly what you can do. Thanks so much to Arifian for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. Kira, you look very nervous about the viewer decisions, which I'm happy for. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm excited. How much we can screw ourselves. And of course, you can affect our game via donations up above there. You can give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges on the D10,000 Table of Madness, which is, of course, a fan favourite, and magic items and all sorts of crazy things. You can make them roll on the birthday table of 69, which is filled with success and pleasure. But other than that, we should begin today's session. So, Askren, whilst I break things, take me away into a world of winter.
I like the stack of dishes down there, by the way.
No one can see them.
I can. No, okay. So you guys have you guys are bringing back some old characters, some fan faces. I don't know what the hell is going on. My headphones are making noise, and I gotta turn them off. You guys are bringing back some fan favorite characters, so I suppose we're considering this an extension of the events that happened in the Salt Vault, which if you guys have not watched them already, I would suggest you do, as they're quite entertaining. But you guys successfully liberated Salt Vault from its sugar drug problem. You skinned the pelt of a cat person, and you decided that this town was not really for you. Daelon had dreams of starting his own brewing business and taking his beer show on the road, bigger and better things. And you, of course, with your wife Claudia, were looking for a place a little less crazy to settle down, maybe. So you guys have been on the road for probably a couple, 2 or 3 months at this point. And you, I don't know what that is. I get weird staticky. So you guys have been on the road, and you were passing through a region where you encountered this small town called Heldren. Now, Heldren is not a large town. It's actually not really even as big as Salt Vault was. So probably not a place that you would want to settle down, but it certainly was a place for you to stop, especially because Daelon, I'm sure, along the way has been taking every opportunity to, give his new idea of business cards to everyone he meets and sell his beer on the road in every town that you guys pass by.
Undoubtedly, yes.
So you basically just arrived in Heldren. You've been here a little bit, almost a day now, and you kind of notice that there's a lot of weirdness going on around town. Not like Salt Vault level weirdness. Like the people aren't crazy or anything. It's just that the sleepy village of Heldren is really seen. You can tell this is a small kind of sleepy village, but it's rarely seen as much excitement as you kind of experience when you show up. By the way, it is the middle of summer, and as you walk down the streets, you hear people talking, hunters from the nearby border wood speaking of unnaturally cold weather at the height of summer. That seems to have descended upon this large section of forest called the Borderwood just about a week or so ago. Heavy snow seems to have followed, and those that returned from the wood, in the tavern, you heard them speaking of an uneasy presence, as well as new and dangerous predators that seem to stalk the region. No one really knows exactly what this event means, but people around town have been passing around the rumor that an old soothsayer named Theodra has been claiming dark times are lying ahead. And as if in proof of this dire prophecy, word reached your ears while you were in the tavern that a badly wounded mercenary arrived just a few hours ago, claiming to have been a bodyguard of someone named Lady Argentea Malcine. And he seems to be talking about how he was escorting this woman in a carriage, a convoy, through the forest, and their caravan came under attack by bandits and other kind of strange creatures in near the edge of the border wood. Apparently, he was the only one to escape. That's what you've heard so far. And this rumor has sort of sent the townsfolk into kind of a fit of talking and making up rumors and stories and what could all this mean. So you guys are sort of as we generally assume you and Daelon are together in this tavern.
Yeah, that's reasonable to assume that we'd have found ourselves in a tavern as we so tend to.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a name for the tavern?
Yeah, the tavern is called the Shiny Coin.
The Shiny Coin. Okay, what's it like in here?
The Shiny Coin is your fairly average kind of small town saloon. It's basically it's adorned with it's like a log cabin structure. It's adorned with all kinds of hunting trophies, antlers, this and that. As if the people here who who use this tavern are simple, mostly farming type folk. They come back from a day's work and they just relax in this tavern here, and it's not huge. The patrons seem to all know each other for the most part because this is such a small town. The bartender, his name is Tomas, and he is kind of a chubby man with big puffy sideburns.
Okay, so I guess we're like sitting down and our cart of ale is with us, and which we travel with us everywhere, and quite a travel here. I sit down with Daelon and I say, well, that was quite a, if this turns out to be like that last town, the fishing one with the demon fish god guy, whatever that was called, then I swear to God, I will not be happy.
Well, it's cold like the last one, so at least, hopefully people will be a little grumpier here,
I really hope so. I could really do with some more misery. Right, let's get some drinks. I call over to the serving waitress.
Yeah, there's a young woman who kind of she looks like she's probably just out of her teens, and she is sort of moving from table to table, collecting glasses and delivering simple plates of food. And she kind of as you call her over, she wheels her way over. She says, "Hello. I don't recognize you. Have you come to You've come because of the problem, right?"
Oh, the problem. What problem was this again? Everyone seems to have problems, which I like actually. What's your problem?
She says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed anyone new in town would probably be here because they heard the stories about the forest. It's covered in snow."
Yeah, forests do that sometimes, right, Daelon? Isn't that a thing? You're a dwarf. You know about snow.
What? I came from a mountain village. We had sun every summer.
Right. Okay. So that's unusual that the forest is doing that, then.
It would be, considering it is the height of summer.
Oh yeah, I know, but places around here are weird.
She says, "Oh, okay. Well then, is there anything I can get you? You just ignore some of the patrons. They'll probably be rambling, telling stories.
There is one thing we're looking for. We're looking to hire someone for our caravan. We're looking for a third member. So if there's anyone around that you might think is suitable, then hand her. Daelon, give her the business card.
Well, what's the quality of your ale here? Can I have a sample of it real quick? But first, before you go, Daelon Oakbringer, pleasure to formally meet you. We're traveling. I wouldn't call us businessmen because I'm not trying to sell you anything, except on the concept that we make the finest products in the realm. So here you go, and then the ale, please, if you could. I'd like to do a side-by-side sample.
She says, would you like, we do our bartender invented this thing where you get little glasses of different types of ale, and they all come in this little wooden tray. It's kind of popular with our patrons.
Genius.
She says, I'll go get those right away. So as she kind of doesn't really know what to do with this piece of parchment with stuff written all over it, she turns and makes her way to the bar. As that's happening, Katherine, you also are in this town, though probably didn't travel here with Daelon and Douglas. So perhaps you came here because you heard rumors of strange weather and strange creatures, or just looking for work. I don't know. You tell us where exactly you'd be in town.
I would definitely be at this tavern. You said.
Okay.
Yeah.
The lucky coin, yeah.
Yeah, the lucky
shiny
coin. Yeah, shiny coin. Yeah, I would be staying there for a couple nights. I would definitely be investigating this strange news of the weather.
Okay. Do you think like while you were in town investigating this, I suppose you try and kind of figure out information about what's going on, talk to some people?
Yeah.
All right. Can you go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check for gathering information?
That's why I need to set up the cameras on the second overlay. There we go.
You can do that without switching?
No.
I was gonna like teach
if
me
only
somebody.
I could. Only I knew how. Oh boy. Yeah. Lots of different skills. This sheet is new, so you haven't used it before. Could be tricky. There's a trick.
Yeah.
There we go. So, what were you rolling again? What's she rolling?
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy for gathering information.
So no diplomacy check in 5e is the
Oh, there isn't, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm still in.
Askren's
All right,
name.
just a charisma check then.
Charisma. Okay.
God, Askren, first roll, fluffs it up.
I gotta get Pathfinder out of my head. All right. So, a 10. So you kind of, as you've been talking around town. Obviously, the last 2 days or so, there's really been the same rumors. You certainly heard that everyone has been saying, the weather is unseasonably cold for the middle of summer. Especially, the snow on the borderwood is what everyone's talking about. Some people suspect that magic is involved. Other people seem to claim that some sort of foreign agents are doing this for some nefarious reason. Also, you kind of caught last night. You were just listening to some patrons talking. One particularly rowdy, drunk, a farmer. Who called himself, who you heard called Old Man Dansby. He was in the tavern claiming that someone has been stealing from his fields. Apparently his farm lies fairly close to the border wood, and he insists that not only have about half his crops just died off from the frost itself, but someone or something has been carrying off his crops, and he thinks it has something, like they're taking them into the woods.
Okay.
It's like my favorite NPC name ever now, Old Man Dansby.
Yeah.
So good.
Old Man Dansby.
So those are the rumors that you've caught so far. Other than that, you're just kind of hanging out. It's like the middle of afternoon, and you see this particularly rowdy group of new people that you've never seen before, and they just kind of roll in, wheeling this cart that's just clattering beer bottles, and they start actively chatting up one of the waitresses, and when she leaves, you see them sort of arguing amongst each other.
I'm not gonna approach them or say anything just yet. I'm gonna kind of just like sit at my table, watch them curiously, and
probably hear us like argue amongst ourselves like, no, Daelon, we're not doing that again. There's no way we're gonna go and try and steal from the local merchants like before in that town, in Ashenport.
Well, I haven't told you this, but
You remember when it broke the cart?
I stole a bit of that, the bad sugar. So we got the good sugar and we got the bad sugar. So
Oh god.
if you
Gods give me strength. Claudia is gonna kill us when she finds out about this. She always finds out, trust me. There was this one time I tried to hide the fact that I'd broken all of the pots in the house, and she found out real quick.
Wait, didn't you just kill a room full of men and we just made you look like a hero with them?
Well, that did happen, yes, that's true, but at the same time she did find out about the pots. And the point is, she's gonna find out about this too.
Well, what if we, I don't know, if they're not pots? You get what I'm saying?
No. No, I don't
Okay.
really. What do you mean?
I actually don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The waitress kind of, as you guys are talking, she kind of sweeps back in with these two wooden stands, each kind of holding a small glass full of different colored ales. There's 6 of them in each thing, and she says, "These are our flights of beer. They're a new thing our bartender's doing. He's got a new concept going on."
Oh, it's very impressive.
So could you do you describe each ale you're sampling me, and do you know any other details about them?
Daelon,
or
she just
should I
serves the
speak to
ales.
bartender?
It's not her job. Just let her get on with it.
She kind of looks a little bit nervous. She says, "This one I think is from Freehold. It's a stout, I think. This
That's
one."
great, thanks, love.
She looks at you and smiles, and
I
then
just,
slowly
like
backs
go.
away.
I'm like, go while she still can.
Yeah, she kind of backs away from the table.
I'm gonna start ranting until she turns it back. Oh, stout, so. Blah, blah, blah.
I nod over to the girl in the corner who's like looking at us like that. Hey, Daelon. We might have some kind of assassin on our trail. She's looking at us real weird, like.
I don't bite boys. It's all right.
She's seen us. She's talking to us, Daelon. What do we do?
I have an idea.
Okay. I mean, this is your area of expertise, after all.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Go on, lad. And I like pat you on the back. Oh man.
I'm gonna wheel up the cart with the beer samples in hand, and then I'll walk up and Barry kind of hunch the shoulders forward to look more like foreboding, and it's like, Daelon Oakbringer, pleasure to meet you.
I'm just gonna give him kind of like an up and down glance. So, Katherine.
You know, skepticism's all right. You know, I understand I might have a very intimidating presence. You know, some tell me my confidence is one of my my flaws and one of my strengths. But anyways, I digress. We have some beers here from the local AORE. 3 are nondescript, but 1 is a stout. I'd love if you would sample one of these, and then I'm gonna proceed to go into the cart, like shuffle it around, clank, 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 pop out one of the the special brews, and then just like pop the top off of and pull out like a sample glass.
I come over. Whoa! Is that the good sugar or the bad sugar?
These are sugarless. These are sugar-free. You know, I'm thinking going with this thing called light beer, like 0 calorie. I heard that a thing that might be popular.
That sounds like the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Now, hi, Douglas. I extend a hand to Katherine.
Katherine.
Right. What do you look like, by the way?
I've got long brown hair, pale skin, green eyes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I seem I'm exuding a bit of like doubt with you guys and a bit of confidence, but at the same time I also seem kind of frail and vulnerable.
Oh, I suppose we should describe our characters too.
Yeah.
Daelon's like he's a dwarf in his mid-30s. He's kind of upgraded a bit from soiled linens that he had from a monastery that appeared to be covered in random like liquids and brew material or matter, like just caked on. But now he's kind of he has like a suit jacket that is now overlaying the same body linens. And he used to have a very spotty beard that he was quite proud of, but now it is just something that is untamable, as if magic imbued it to the point where he can't really, or he actually doesn't care. It's just all consuming.
Yeah, I've got this like short cropped kind of hair, actually quite short. He's got kind of like short man syndrome in that he's kind of intimidated by people who are taller than him because he's very angry. Blonde, scraggly beard, sword in his back, and honey badger at his side.
Yeah. I'm 4'2". I think he said he was like 5'6".
Yeah.
Like struggle hair, like he was like if there was this like surfing, then he would kind of have that look, and bronzish skin.
All right. I forgot to mention this too. I have I'm 5'4", and I'm like early 20s.
Nice.
I like how we don't breach over like 5'7" as a group.
So
You're all just tiny people.
I say, so we're here selling ale. What are you doing here?
Well, I came around for some personal matters, but also to kind of check up about this rumor.
Right. Is this about the snow and stuff?
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird. We were thinking of maybe using it for the ale to kind of cool it and keep it as like some kind of freezer, but we're still working on that. So what is it you do, if you don't mind me asking?
She looks very like conflicted right now. Not sure like if she wants to tell you guys.
You don't have to tell us anything if you don't want to. Just kind of, doing that thing that normal people do, supposedly make small talk. I don't actually really give a shit. I'm just doing the thing that other people do.
I'm still slowly preparing the beer that I'm just like pouring it as if Douglas, like trying to hide it from Douglas and like continuing. Slowly sliding it up on like the corner of the table and pushing it near the other sample, just leaving it there while you guys
So, Katherine, you've kind of, aside from the rumors that you picked up, what you definitely are aware, like, you guys have all sort of heard basically about the guy who just arrived in town, after his caravan is attacked. That's basically, like, as you guys been hanging around the bar for the last, for most of the afternoon, that's pretty much all anyone's talking about, because it's, his claims are weird, especially the fact that he claims he was the only survivor.
What was his name? Slide the Dan guy we're talking about.
No, that was the farmer, Old Man Dansby, whose crops he was claiming his crops have been stolen.
Okay. I sit down, I suppose. I tell myself to a seat, and I take one of the like small samples of ale. So what have you heard about this whole frost situation? And seeing as we might be staying in town for a while, I found my wife seems a bit keen on the place.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I mean, Daelon, he doesn't know shit, so
I was just gonna be him, like detecting the different beers and kind of like pressing the beard and like.
I mean, just look at him.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember. What exactly did you,
So yeah, I say,
Brian. No,
Oh,
Brian.
Brian.
What did you explain at the beginning?
So obviously, what you've heard about, you've definitely heard about the fact that everyone's talking about this mysterious snow in the middle of summer covering the woods. Then, you heard the rumor that some people claim it was magic, some people claim other things. And then there's Old Man Dansby with his crops, as well as something about a survivor of a caravan attack in the frozen forest that arrived in town a few hours ago.
Okay. Do they already know about the survivor?
They probably heard it like in passing. You don't know exactly what they know about it.
Okay. Well, I was hearing that it's some sort of magic. That's what I'm more curious about myself.
Alright, are you some kind of mage or
I am a warlock.
a warlock? Don't you have some kind of like devil inside your brain or something? I mean, not to be racist or whatever, but that's basically what I've heard.
Yes, I do.
You gotta. Okay. Okay. Right. Can you drink, or is that bad for your like demon? 'Cause,
The things that he makes me do are a lot worse than drinking.
Oh wow.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. Daelon, drinks.
So, can you imbue darkness into, maybe a liquid?
Shaking my head.
I've never tried, and I don't really fancy trying at this moment. No.
Daelon.
Okay,
Just
checking. I'm always trying to evaluate new avenues.
I put you in, Rogai. Daelon, you cannot say to a woman, can she imbibe her dark magic into your liquids? It's creepy. We talked about this.
What's wrong with that? I mean, I don't.
Trust me, it's just odd sounding.
Oh, okay. Thinking about that, he's talking about snotter boogers.
Yeah. So I say, so how long are you thinking you're going to stay in this place?
As long as I need to determine if I can find some answers or not. Not so much for what's actually happening to this place, but...
Right, so you've got some personal questions you need answered.
Yeah.
You need any help with that? I mean, we've seen our fair share of shit in our time. Magical and otherwise.
Hmm.
In literal.
Yeah. I mean, literal magic shit. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't... We'll see. I mean...
That's
I'll stick
okay.
with you guys for now, but I don't know.
Oh, sure, tag along. We're always up for company on the road or around town or whatever. Honestly, I could do with someone that isn't Daelon, actually. Yeah, isn't Daelon. For a bit.
Huh?
That's right, buddy. Keep it up. As you're like mixing your beers or whatever. You got a place here, or you staying anywhere in particular?
Yeah, I just got a room.
We should do that too. So I go to call to the bartender Thomas.
Yes.
And I say, my good man, can we have 2 rooms? No, yes, 2 rooms.
He's gonna kind of wiping down the bar with a rag, and he, as you approach him, he says, "Yeah, you need 2 rooms."
Yeah, I was thinking of that time that me and Daelon stayed in that room together that one night. We both just slept on the floor. And the other time that we woke up and the 3 of us were lying naked together. That was weird.
And that one time you got mind controlled.
Yeah, that happened. I say, yeah, 2 rooms would be perfect, thanks.
He kind of pulls out, reaches under the bar and pulls out 2 keys. He says, "You're new in town."
Yeah, we're new here. My name's Douglas. This is Daelon. This is our friend Katherine.
You know anything about a rich lady get attacked?
Sorry, I don't really understand. You don't speak common very well. What no social diplomacy. No, who's this rich lady?
He says, lady something, fancy, a cart passed by on the road. I hear rumors she was ambushed by bandits in the forest.
All right. Ah, that sounds
Yes.
straight. What's her name?
Lady, he kind of scratches his head. Argent something.
Lady Argent something. Okay, that's a strange name, but this place is weird, I guess. Thanks so much to
I'm not
Danny
good with
Hart
names.
for following. Welcome, Danny Hart, to the adventure. You are a gentleman, Danny. And scholar. Welcome. Sorry, Ashton, I was speaking over there.
No, it's fine. He says, yes, I'm not good with names. It's bad memory, you know.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, seeing as you're, we'll take the rooms. What time is it, by the way? Is it late or?
It's getting on in the afternoon at this point.
Okay, I turn to the guys and say, we can go get our rooms later. But anyone fancy seeing this lady Argent lady, miss, seeing as she might have some coin
Absolutely.
and adventure is, always good once you've been traveling along a road for a long time.
I'm down for coin. I could use a new couple axles, for old Cardi over here.
Of course. Well, Katherine, are you the adventuring type?
I've had to be as of recently, yes. I'm
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm the most confident in my skills, but I can manage for myself.
All right. Well, we won't look after you or anything. You gotta handle yourself. But two rules when we're traveling together: one, protect the cart at all times. Two, anyone that we kill is a bad guy, and we tell Claudia, my wife, that they were bad, very, very bad. Okay?
All right.
And sometimes Douglas needs a little private time with, a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
If I start hitting things a lot, then you should probably back away because I have some, issues that I'm working through.
he likes to give some extra care. So
That's right.
just give him. It's like a meditative. It's like yoga or something.
It's my yoga. Douglas yoga is what I call it. It's called Doga.
But it's all flaying.
It's all skinning cats alive. Oh dear lord.
So you snatched the keys off the table. You wanted to head out of the tavern and see if you could find who everyone seems to be talking about.
Yeah, I wanna go and have a chat with this lady Argent if we can find her.
Sure. So, Katherine, I'm assuming you
I'm gonna tag along, yeah.
in their company, yeah. As you kind of head out, you look around town and you've heard, like, Katherine specifically, you heard that the guy who came back from the caravan, the survivor, is at he's at the local apothecary, the healer's place. That's really the only lead that you have on where these, the people might be.
Okay. So I'm gonna say to them, it might be wise if we go talk to the survivor. I don't know if you heard the rumor of him, but he said that he is the only one that came back, and
Right. Yeah, I heard something about him actually. Yeah. We should chat to him, I guess.
yeah. Did you say I knew that he was at the apothecary?
Yeah, you've heard someone say that. I mean, you've been here a couple days, so it's a small town. There's a shop at the far end of town called the Willow Bark Apothecary.
All right. I was hearing that he's been most seen by the Willow Bark Bark. Willow Bark.
Okay.
Apothecary. So we're going to be swing by there, see if he's there.
Nice. Oh, great. Let's go talk to him. Daelon, you like apothecaries? They make potions and shit. So perfect. I head off to towards that with the group.
I'm gonna walk over to the waitress that served us the beer.
Yeah, the young lady. Yeah.
Like, well, beer number 3, it was a little lacking in something. I probably would have went with, peat moss or, some other, foliage that just spice it up. Maybe a clove, here and there. And then beer number 2, it just tasted like dirt.
She's like, I think your friends are leaving.
Oh, well, anyways, here's a sample for yourself. There's more where that came from. If you catch my drift.
I think your friends are leaving.
I mean, literally in the cart. I have a lot of beer.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna take the cart.
She looks like completely just like she's like frozen, like she can't really respond, like do anything because you're just sort of overbearing awkwardness. So eventually you kind of enter the cart and wheel the cart away. You guys are already on the way. Again, Heltron is a tiny town, so it's maybe like a 2-minute walk, and you're across the town at this place, which you see a sign hanging outside. It's got a white tree kind of cradling a potion. It says Willow Bark Apothecary, and you can see there are a couple people outside just standing around and talking as you sort of push the door open and make your way inside. It's the house itself is kind of like the front of it has a very well tended garden out front that you pass through to get inside. And when you get inside, you see a little bit older elven woman who is in the process of...
Hi, Speedy. Welcome. Hi, Speedy, to the adventure. You're a gentle elf alchemist and a scholar.
Exactly what there. As you see this elven woman, she's kind of you can actually, like, the front of her shop is the shop's very small, so the front of it seems to be where all like the dangling like roots and dried herbs and potion bottles and stuff are, as well as the counter. But you can see there's sort of like a curtain that half covers the back area, and you can see her just sort of mixing something in a pestle, like a mortar and pestle. And there's a little bit beyond her, there's a bed that there you can see the feet of a man in.
Okay. I open the door for Katherine, follow in. Daelon will probably catch up with us a moment later. I say, excuse me, miss, apothecary lady.
She says, my name is Tessera Willowbark. Tessera Willowbark.
Oh shit, I forgot you elves have those names. Tessera. My name is Douglas. This here is my companion. I let you introduce yourself.
Katherine.
She says, you look very, very well appointed. You here to buy supplies? I sometimes serve the adventuring type.
Right, well, in a manner of speaking, we're more here for information, I guess.
Then I am sure you'll want to speak to my patient, then.
That's right, actually, yes, we want to speak to, what's his name?
She says, his name is Yuln. He's in the bed over here. She kind of gestures towards the curtain and she says, I'll let you have your private time with him. I'm tending him for his wounds, and he's a little bit shaken and injured, but he should be able to.
No
answer
problems.
questions.
Thank you very much, Tessera.
She nods. She says, "If you need anything, I'll be in the front of the shop." And she kind of leaves you, like walks over to the counter, and you guys are free to sort of make your way through this curtain into the back room.
any potions in the back room, or obvious like alchemy materials, or?
The back room looks more like sort of a makeshift more like a nurse's office. There are a couple beds and some tables and some apothecary shelves, but it looks like this particular area is not so much like for commercial use so much as she takes care of people here. The beds are currently only occupied by there's only one person here. You could see a hefty set man, thick arms, long kind of blonde hair that's braided multiple times with a thick blonde beard, and he's kind of lying on the bed. You can see next to him is a pile of what looks like armor and chainmail and other kind of gear that one would wear if they were in some kind of warrior job. And
I also see Logan R75 there. Welcome, Logan, to the event, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you.
Yeah, Logan's off on the other bed.
Yeah,
but you see this. He's got like bandages across his face and covering one of his eyes as well as over his body, and his face is kind of beat up and red. His nose is this big kind of fat nose is actually almost like the tip of it is like blackened.
The tip of his nose is blackened?
Yeah, it looks kind of like frostbite.
He's been frostbitten. Yeah, okay. I step on over. I whispered to Katherine, "Are you any good with talking to people? Usually, folks tell me I come across as a little bit aggressive. Do you think I'm aggressive?"
Maybe a little, yeah.
Right. And I look really grumpy.
I'm gonna go walk up to the guy once he said that, and approach him with just the same level of enthusiasm that I normally do. I'm like, Daelon Oakbringer, it appears that you are ailed by your condition, and I happen to have ails for conditions. So here, let me pour you a sip. And I'm gonna kind of like
so bad.
I'm gonna pour it like in his mouth.
He kind of coughs a little bit. What are you doing, lad?
I'm fixing you in a way. I could see that you're affected. I'm gonna boop his nose to acknowledge that.
He kind of shakes his head. He says, look, lad, were I not in present state, I'd probably get out of bed and crack you one. What do you want?
Well, I was trying to help you out, but we were looking to avenge you, maybe. What happened? Tell me the deets.
He kind of leans up in his bed. He says, "You're here to talk, right?" And he kind of peers behind you to see the other two. He says, "You two?"
Yes.
He kind of gestures you over. He says, "Don't be shy. Step forward. I don't like people sneaking about."
All right then.
So, what do you want to know?
How did it happen? What happened to your nose? How's the ale?
He says, "What? I don't know. Don't pour it in my face again." So you want to know what happened, right?
Pour it on his nose.
Start polishing a glass.
He says, he kind of rubs one side of his face. He says, I was traveling with the lady and her caravan when we were ambushed. Thought they were just bandits at first. Came out of the woods, outlaws who hide like wolves in the forest and the like. No match for us really. But then came the others, creatures out of the cold.
Winter's coming.
He says, they appeared among us, and the battle turned against us quickly. My people come from up north, so I'm no stranger to strange, cold creatures, possibly even fae. But we speak of them back home. but I never expected to see him down here.
All right.
Strange.
Well, do you think the Fae attacked you or the ice creatures?
Well, one and the same.
The icy Fae.
That's what the legends say, at least. Wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
Did you put up a fight at all?
Of course, to the last man. Though my ancestors probably ridicule my lack of valor for fleeing, rather than fighting to the end, but I've faced enemies that even the greatest warriors in the Lenon kingdoms have faltered against. I think I slew a couple of them before I watched them drag the lady away. That's when I ran.
So I'm fuzzy, but aren't Fae kind of like fairies? And you ran away.
He says,
Pixies with wings that
I
at you.
Yeah.
Aye, but these were some sort of winter-touched ice magics. I saw them spear men with shards of ice.
So holiday fairies like elves that are, like they give presents to people.
He says, tiny creatures, no taller than the length of a man's forearm, but don't let their small stature fool you. Legends say that they've killed many a men with
So
their.
are you,
What are you trying to say about small people, huh?
Yeah. I mean, for Daelon.
He says, well, I don't see you bearing a touch that can bite frost in a man's flesh.
Well, you don't wanna, because Daelon can do it. Anyway, what were you doing out there? You're just traveling?
Yeah. I was a guard for the lady's caravan, hired hand. She was traveling to some town on the other side of the wood. I don't know, some 50 miles away, I think, by road. Didn't expect the snow. Didn't expect that would really be much of an issue. But
And on this here map, and I'll draw out a map of the local area, whereabouts on it would you say you were when you were attacked?
he'll kind of I don't have it thrown up, but
Yeah.
there's basically he'll kind of show you, like he'll draw kind of circle where Heldrin is,
Yeah.
and then he'll make he'll kind of describe
He'll make a
how
Wasgob. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a gentle gob and a scholar. Welcome.
yeah, a Wasgob, it represents about 10 miles or so.
Yeah.
And it's about 10 miles from where Heldrin is,
But Wasgob.
is where the edge of the border wood starts. And he kind of points it out. He says, right there on the edge of the woods where we were attacked.
All right then. Well, is there anything else you can tell us? Anything which maybe did work against him, or was it just a total massacre?
I don't know why they take the lady. Some
What's special about her? She's rich. We know that much.
Are there a lot of people who want her?
Yeah.
bandits could have their motives, money, ransom, possibly, but these winter creatures that were fighting amongst them kind of complicates the situation.
I see. So no real powerful, creepy mages who are her enemy in the past or something like that. You know, nothing. Okay.
I wouldn't know. Just a hired hand.
Yeah. She didn't mention anything whilst on the road.
No, I think she was headed to visit a suitor in a town far away, but
Right.
I don't keep my nose in that kind of business.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, thank you very much, sir. You've been helpful.
He kind of reaches up to you and kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, "If you're gonna head into the forest, I would that I could go with you, redeem my honor, but I've taken too many wounds and I'm too weak.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. We don't really want you with us anyway.
Yeah, wouldn't want a bunch of short people showing you up when you lose to fairies again.
Yeah. I mean, no offense, mate, but you did get beaten up by some tiny little pixies, so, you know.
I'm gonna kneel beside the bed and just be like, ignore these two. Thank you so much for the information that you've given us. We really appreciate it.
By the way, Catherine, what kind of, I don't know, what kind of knowledge skills do you have?
Knowledge skills, as in...
Like if you have ranks, if you have any kind of magical knowledge, like arcana, you might be able to, you might know something, you know, have some idea about what he might be talking about.
So like an arcana check, I guess.
Do you want me just to do an arcana check?
Yeah, if you want to see if you kind of have any recollection about the magical nature of what he might be talking about. All right, so 16. You kind of you definitely you're familiar with the Fae. They're sort of a plane of existence that so you guys exist on the material plane. The Fae kind of come from a different plane. So it's not common that they would show up in this place in particular, unless there's some sort of weird thinness between on the border between realms, or they could have been summoned here. But Fae come in different flavors, and ice is particularly one of them. That stories of off in the north. There's stories of like white witches and stuff that draw their power from the ice Fae.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, as we me and Daelon return to leave, I guess, head back out into the kind of alchemist room, the kind of front room, I guess, front desk. Katherine, you say you're a mage, you know about wizardy shit like this. Do you know any pixies or anything that might be in your brain or something like that that you've spoken to, or you know anything about pixies in general?
I really don't know.
Right, okay.
I didn't choose this lifestyle. I didn't want these powers or anything to do with this.
Okay, so you don't have any clues what could be going on here, what might have started it? Because, I've got no fucking clue.
I know the feeling though. I didn't choose this beard, but
it chose him.
It kind of came to me one day.
I've heard of.
I can empathize.
I've heard of white witches, who could control and draw power from these northern fae, but it was more just kind of stuff that I was told when I was young story.
Okay, so we might be after some kind of witch. Okay, Tresena, Elven lady, I've forgotten your name. It began with a T and it sounded kind of weird. Sorry, that's probably racist, but I don't care. What's your name?
She says, Tessera Globach.
Right, what you said. So, we're potentially off to fight some pixies or a witch. We might go looking into the area, right, guys? So, got anything which might be good in the extreme cold? Or anything which could work against fey creatures in particular?
She says, well, I suppose you could try fire. I don't exactly have any potions that would, or anything that would produce fire, though I can sell you some alchemical oil that you can perhaps light.
That could be useful. We could like put it on our swords and do that thing that they do in like Tales and shit. Flamey sword. That could be cool, actually. Okay.
Sure.
So how much for some oil?
She says, that's 2 gold per flask.
Wait a second, Sarah. Daelon Operer, it appears that we both have a little wood in us. I mean, in our last name. Apologies. But I see you are an alchemist. I am as well. I actually make magical potions. And, maybe we could propose a trade. Maybe there's something, back under a panel somewhere that you might have for us.
There isn't. This is a healing apothecary.
So, what about the people that you want to not heal? Like, it's too far for them. They're done.
I don't follow.
So, the Undertaker, and somebody's like, I've been paid, elbow, God, oh, wow. And then you give them a little something, and they're like, oh, I'm dead, thanks.
No, that just doesn't usually happen.
Oh, okay. Different professions then, I guess.
Different folks,
Right.
different strokes.
So would you like to buy anything? I do have some healing potions for sale if you'd like them.
Okay, let's talk healing potions and oil.
Right. How many would you like?
I guess 1 each for healing potions. I guess I'll use the oil. I don't know about you, Daelon, or Katherine.
Yeah. Askren, how much gold do we have approximately? And for the sake of non-abuse, would I have an additional Molotov?
You can. I'll say you on your cart. You probably have about 20 individual beers.
Okay.
And do whatever you'd like with.
Oh man, thanks so much to Rem. And someone next thing donates £5. He says pixies, more like pixies. A wild pig appears from the snow and takes a liking to a PC at random.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Ren.
We apparently will see what happens when you guys approach the frozen wood. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We'll see how Boris takes to that.
True. Oh my god, yeah.
Where is Boris? Is he just like trailing around, like sniffing things, or?
Yeah. So I'm assuming because Douglas has probably the closest relationship with him because they're both sort of little balls of rage. Douglas probably leads like Boris around on like a leash. A little bit, and he just follows along, just like just constantly.
Pretty much at this point.
But nobody pays any mind to him, but he's just like
What can you do?
staring up a random like rodent to the side, just like, oh, Boris.
So Boris is still going. Don't worry,
Yeah, Boris is here. Boris is a good man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Douglas. I'm gonna be like, Douglas, and it, like whispered under my breath. I'm like, can you have Boris sniff out some of the the poison that she keeps to euthanize people?
Sure. Badger. Boris. Boris, come here. Mate, can you smell any like poison shit?
Boris kind of looks at you a little bit weird, and he says he kind of.
He doesn't know, mate. Sorry. No luck today. So how much gold were you working with? I forgot.
Give me a second. I'm checking what the I don't know what the I think each class has a starting like a starting wealth thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm checking right now.
I mean, if you prefer to save time, we could just take like a potion each and.
Yeah, you can afford basic sundries. Potion is like 35 gold each. They're a little bit cheaper than in the city here, so you all have enough to buy probably at least one.
Okay, cool. And I'll buy an old potion. Sweet.
Cool.
Cool. So as we head out to the forest, we'll hopefully meet a pig in a moment. I remind you guys, if you're enjoying today's show, then do hit that follow button and join us. We're here 5 nights a week, 9 shows a week. We've got plenty more D&D stuff happening today at 4 p.m. today. We're playing games of you guys, so you can join us and play every single week on a Thursday, playing a bunch of lovely folks today. So if you haven't followed, hit that follow button and join us, and let's check how many retweets are on, because when we hit 25, you guys get to decide what happens. Let's have a look. 15 retweets, so we just need 10 more, and then you guys get to throw some madness at us. So yeah, I guess we just head out the alchemist place.
All right, so she kind of wraps up with a nice little bow. These healing potions have like a little bow on them, and she gives them to you each. As well as, did you want to pick up a flask of oil?
Yeah, I'll pick up a flask of oil.
Okay. Yeah, it is kind of, it's not like your normal thin lantern oil. It seems to be mixed with like sawdust or something that kind of makes it a little bit more sludgy. So like it's a little bit stickier.
Yeah. Speaking of which, thank you so much to Arc Rager for following my friend. Welcome to the adventure. You are a sticky gentleman and a scholar. Nailed it. Welcome.
So you guys with these little cute little bow flasks emerge from the apothecary, and
sure.
where do you?
I say, well, guys, I guess we should probably. I say we head to the woods. It seems like. I mean, it's getting later, so we could just sleep and then go the next morning if you prefer that, because we don't want to be caught out at night, I guess. What are we thinking here?
Could my wood's getting a bit frosty, if you know what I'm saying. The cart, it's made out of wood, so it tends to splinter. So and if you guys didn't know, he makes like very obvious innuendoous jokes, but he actually has no idea about that aspect of life, nor does he know the jokes are actually like innuendo based. So, but he's like, well, maybe we toast up, talk to the tavern people again. I thought I made a sale there, or we could just head into the forest itself.
It might be wise to go in the morning.
Let's rest up. Let's take a break. I'll go find Claudia, show her the room, and stuff like that, and rest of you guys, I'll see you in the morning. All right. I think Claudia was hanging out somewhere or some women.
Yeah, Claudia was enjoying the local kind of farmers market.
Yeah.
She's found this place quaint, not as cheerful as Salt Vault, but she definitely doesn't mind the quaintness of it. And so you locate her, and you guys eventually, as the afternoon wears on, you make your way back to the tavern. You two to your rooms, Katherine to your room individually. Did you want to, before you went to sleep, did you want to spend any time in and around, or with the patrons, trying to gather any other information or rumors or anything like that, or did you just want to go right to sleep?
For Douglas, he's gonna have a quick conversation with Claudia at some point, but I'll let you guys go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna want to have some beer.
I'm gonna kind of strike rapid fire random conversation with people, just vigorously shaking hands, and then start a very bluntly, so do you have any sort of incendiary, or know how I could start like a massive fire at just something that could instantly combust? Pleasure to meet you, though. My name's
all right. So you are apparently looking for explosives. Catherine is drinking. Did you want to do some more mingling and gathering rumors, or did you just want to hang out by yourself?
I'm gonna hang out by myself, I think.
Okay.
I need to do a little bit of personal reflection and
All right. So you find a kind of a seat near the tavern, and you just have some drinks while you watch the people just slowly pack in. Daelon milling around, just striking up conversation with everyone he meets as the more and more locals and businessmen and farmers kind of fill this tavern and make it kind of a raucous evening. Douglas, you have at this point you and Claudia are up in the room, just kind of getting settled in.
Yeah, I say Solo. How was the market first of all?
She says, "Oh, it was fine. They have such wonderful produce here."
That's great. That's great. We're thinking of picking up a little job on the side here. Me and Daelon and this new girl we met. Her name's Katherine. She's got some kind of demon in her head. Yeah, I know, weird. But there's been some disturbances in the woods, what with the whole frost thing, and looks like some people have been killed out there. So the plan is in the morning we're gonna go out there and have a look at what's about. Nothing to worry about though. No one's gonna get hurt.
She kind of looks. She says, honey, you've been doing a lot of this, going out and putting yourself in these situations.
Right, yeah. So I figure I should just carry on,
She says, I mean, I don't. It always seems so dangerous when you.
Oh yeah, it seems dangerous, but I always come out all right, don't I? So, it'll just be a little expedition into the, the woods. We'll come back tomorrow night, probably.
Right. Well, there was some women here that I met at the market. They apparently have a book club here, and they wanted me to come join.
All right, yeah. So like some kind of SPMG Centaur. Welcome, Centaur, to Adventure, sir. Argent.
Centaur.
And school. What up? Yeah, I say. All right. So you get some kind of club out of books, and how's that work? Like
she kind of laughs and slaps you on the shoulder. She says, "No. I'm going to Rhonda's house, and we're going to discuss books."
Great. Oh, right. Yeah, I know, lad. Yeah. Right. Great. That sounds lovely. Well, I'm gonna get some rest. We should probably get some sleep. It's been a busy day on the road, so I guess that's see each other. See you in the morning.
She just kind of adjusts the fur cloak that you wear, and she says, I hear even though it's summer, I hear it's unseasonably cold over there in the woods. Just make sure you bundle up.
Don't worry, I'll wear the scarf you knit me last winter. Don't worry.
She says, "Oh, I'm glad you still have it. You always lose those things."
Oh yeah, it's a real shame. Somehow this one just keeps by me. Can't seem to get rid of it. And then cut to the next morning where Douglas comes out wearing this ridiculously. He's wearing a Ron Weasley jumper and scarf and gloves and stuff like that, full winter gear.
What color is the scarf?
It's neon pink. It's like that thing where the kid that always gets bullied in school, their parents dress them in the most embarrassing clothes, and that's kind of the thing which is happening to Douglas right now. He looks like an absolute fool the next morning.
You just walk down to the tavern with these puppy mittens,
the grumpiest man.
So you guys drank, you talked, you mingled, you all had a good rest over the you got some decent sleep over the course of the night. Katherine, you spent some time kind of communing with your patron and preparing your spells for the day and this and that. Daelon, your cart is freshly stocked and polished up. All right, so as you gather in the room of the tavern, it is morning. The tavern's pretty empty at this point. It looks like the chairs are up on top of the table. There's really only the bartender and one other guy.
we all set to go then? Don't talk about the outfit, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So, we all good? Good.
I'm gonna take his attire change. It's just kind of like something I would wear.
Yeah, looks good. Seems good, yeah.
Stylish, man. I like it.
So yeah, we head out to the woods. The pig-infested woods.
All right, so as you kind of grab your stuff and head out of this small town, you kind of the traveling conditions. Sorry, one second. The traveling conditions to the border wood. It's only going to take you probably about an hour to get there because it's about 10 miles away, and it's mostly over flat land, though there really isn't a road. It's pretty seasonably warm in town, but as you kind of get farther and farther to the south, you feel like the air starts to get, first it's like air conditioning, it's nice, but as you get closer and closer to the wood, it definitely starts getting colder, and off in the distance you see, rather than seeing just like a panoply of green on the horizon, you see it's just solid white.
Oh shit! Wow, that is quite the sight. I've never seen snow like that before. Okay.
Agreed.
Well,
Bit frosty.
a little bit frosty. Gotta make sure the goods don't get too frosted over, I guess. But in fact, why are we bringing the cart with us? We really should have thought about that before. Never mind. Just bring this cart of ale wherever we go, despite its impracticalities.
Yeah.
Stuck in the snow.
As you guys you get towards the edge, you edge mile closer to the woods. You're kind of about a half mile away from the actual tree line, and it's at this point there's like the snow it started out as like 1 inch, just a light dusting, and then it's slowly gotten deeper and deeper to the point where once you're about at the forest edge, it's nearly like 6 inches deep, and there's like the temperature is a pretty consistent like 30 degrees. It's like just below the freezing point. So it seems like this whole area, it looks like it is like the snow is pristine. It looks like it's just fallen, and you kind of look up above, and you can see sort of like the dark kind of cloud, like rains or snow clouds that kind of edge the woods, and then they kind of taper off, and the light is shining like just a mile away. So you guys are at the edge of this forest.
All right. I say, well, seeing as we're here, say we press on till we find some of these pixies, and then, fuck them up.
Sounds great, friend. Let me lather myself up, if you know what I'm saying. Take some of the oil and put it along the spear, and kind of drench it.
All right.
I do the same with my sword, I guess.
Yeah, you guys get your weapons nice and slimy. It's once, like I said, near the forest, the temperature is kind of growing noticeably colder. The road, as you approach, the road ahead appears to be littered with debris, and you can actually see like there is a road that kind of runs along the edge of the woods, and this must have been where the people were traveling. And then just inside, just inside the trees, the tree line, you can see sort of like there's a corpse, like a person that's lying face down in the snow. And as you approach it, you can kind of see a few more, like 30 feet away. And as you kind of peer around the trees, you can see there appears to be a carriage standing in the middle of the roadway, but it doesn't seem to be held by any horses or anything. Like they seem to be either missing or cut free. While nearby, like about 40 feet away, there appears to be another overturned carriage that sort of lies sprawled and broken next to the tree line. And to the south of you, more bodies seem to have fallen around what appears to be a shining ice statue of some sort.
Cool.
Well, this looks like the spot.
A kind gesture.
Thank you so much to Sev, who donates £1, says, let the hate flow through you. Good. The hate is swelling in you now. Give in to your anger, Douglas. Thank you so much, Sev. Very generous, my friend. Man, I'm trying to get this new, I need to mess around with this donation letter because I have this wonderful GIF I want to show, but I'll work on it in a minute. But thank you so much, Sev. Very generous. Let me give that gold to you, my friend. So yeah,
Awesome.
I say, wow, that is some statue. Can we like make out what the statue is at this range?
Yeah, the statue appears like so. The way it's basically set up is there's some trees, and then there's the road that passes through just the edge of the woods, and then there's more trees, and so the carriages are on the road, and it appears the bodies are kind of scattered around the road, and the statue appears to be probably about 40 feet away from the road in the woods, like in the forest area. So you can go right up to it if you'd like.
Yeah, I start walking towards it.
All right. As you approach the where are we here? As you approach the statue, it kind of appears to be roughly human size, probably about 5'8", 5'9". And it's kind of, it doesn't really have a form. Like the form is really weird, but as you approach it closer, you can kind of see the ice is actually it's not just ice. There appears to be some kind of dark inside the ice, and as you get within about 10 feet of it, you realize that this weird shape at the top of it appears to be like a head, and it looks like a statue of a person, except it's missing some of its limbs and stuff. And you notice around it are kind of cracked pieces of ice around the floor.
Okay. Does it look like a male figure or a female?
Do you want to go like right up to it?
Yeah. Just get a kind of general.
As you go right up to it, it actually like this. It looks like a statue of a man, and it's kind of. He seems to have been frozen. He would have been frozen in a very strange pose. He's got one arm. The other arm, you can kind of see as you go right up to it, the ice is actually melting. This arm of carven ice is melting, and you can see the dark inside it appears to be red.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? Hey, Katherine, you know, like magic shit. His hand, arm thing. Kind of weird looking, don't you think, for ice?
Yeah, a bit.
Do you get any, like, magic tingling? Or stuff like that? Is that a thing which happens?
Spider-Man Warlock.
Are your spidey senses
I sense magic
tingling?
around.
My arcane senses are tingling.
Sorry, you were asking me if I feel it, or like,
is it like any kind of, and to Brian, I guess, is there anything?
You
that, like,
can, if you have detect magic prepared, you can use it.
no, I don't.
I want to do an Arcana check.
Let me see.
What specifically do you want to know?
I think he's bluffing.
You think who's? Wait, who?
No, I mean Daelon's bluffing as if he like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you go right up to this thing to kind of pretend to inspect it?
Yeah. So I go up to it kind of without any knowledge about magic itself, and then do my best to make a educated but completely inept guess.
Can you also roll me a perception check, please?
It's I guess I'm not too educated, guess.
Yeah.
All right, so 16 to 16. The first, you kind of peer around the statue, and you notice that not only is this arm that's on this ice arm on the floor, there is something inside it. There is definitely something encased in this ice, and as you kind of notice where the arm is broken off, you also see more red just staining the ice. This looks like it was a person that is now just frozen over.
Would I recognize this as a pig at all?
It's not a pig. It's definitely a person.
Can I just start like whacking it with the spear, like
Yeah.
the back end, just just hitting it.
Any area in particular?
I mean, do I see that? Is it like a head that I'm striking at? Is it like a random?
It's the whole body. You can strike anywhere you want.
I'm gonna start striking near the torso to the side, ideally, but I'm gonna do it a bit spastically.
Okay.
As I suspected, typical frost spell where you encase a person in ice. It's typical, as they say.
You take your spear and you just ching right against the ice, and it actually kind of glances off the torso and a chunk of ice shatters off, and you realize under the ice you apparently hit the metal breastplate that the figure inside this block of ice was wearing.
Daelon,
So,
is that a good idea?
It's just a typical encasement spell. Definitely not cursed or anything. It won't trigger. We just have to save this individual to break the spell.
I don't think you know anything about magic, Daelon.
Well, it appears that I do because I discovered this person. So, I mean.
A gleam.
There we go. Thanks so much to XP is overrated. Just like £10 is wild magic for Kira and Tracy. That is the new donation that I've been meaning to have. So good.
Hold on, wait, I'm waiting. I'm watching the stream. I want to see it.
This music though.
I can't hear him.
Exorcist theme.
Oh,
Now the tongue.
I love it. So good. All right, so wild magic for Trainsy and Kira. You guys go ahead and throw those D10,000s, and we will see what happens to you guys.
All right.
So the D10,000 wild magic surge table is here in chat. D10k. There you go, and we'll see exactly what happens to our friends here.
9,030.
Ooh, high is good. Jimmy's loot is up for you, Brian. Or you got it?
What's up?
You got it?
I can get him. I'm just trying to.
No
Search
worries.
function isn't working here. So 9030. Let me get to it real quick. Is
So it's a good one. The higher the better, I find.
yeah. All within 60 yards are polymorphed into kobold for 1d6 days. Okay.
What?
Thank you so much to Nicolade for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Oh my
So
god. No way.
So as Daelon kind of chips at this statue, there's
Daelon, I really don't think that's a good idea.
there's a poof of like a magic like shockwave spreads out from it, and you guys are hit by this freezing cold blast, and your eye like white flashes in front of your eyes, and when you kind of shake off the blindness, you look around and you realize like you're like what, and the world seems bigger because you are now smaller. All your clothing is hanging limply off your body because as you look around, you are now all these small reptilian creatures.
What's the second one? Just in case
Okay,
that-
what is the second? 5, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, I gotta get to that.
I'm gonna look over at Douglas. I'm like, well, this is as suspected. Once you break the case, it transforms you temporarily.
Why the fuck are we kobolds? I start like scratching like the back of my ear like a rabbit, mate.
And Katherine, as you're still kind of realizing exactly what happened. Your throat there's sort of a tingling in the back of your throat. You're extremely thirsty, but not just any kind of thirst. You have developed extreme thirst for holy water.
And for clay proof. Welcome, Clay, to the adventure. You are a gentle resource and a scholar.
Like the holy water you dip your hand into, like everybody does that, or the
Any,
one?
any kind of holy water.
Oh, it's
Any kind of water that you can get consecrated to satisfy your thirst.
So you're a kobold addicted to holy water right now.
Oh gosh.
So Thank you so much to Sev, who donates £1 and says, had to see the GIF again. So, inspiration to Kira, welcome to Encounter Roleplay. There we go, folks. That tongue, though. That tongue. Thank you, Sev. For those of you who don't know, and you're just wondering why the fuck I'm doing a weird tongue animation, I was playing a weird, like, mutant child last night in Coast Strahd, and he's like, there's got this weird tongue thing going on, and thanks to Ravenous, he actually took that gift for me, so thank you, Sev. Oh,
So,
man.
carry on.
So yeah, I say, what the Daelon, you said it wasn't cursed. You literally said the words, it was not cursed.
It's not a curse per se. It's the
How
toll.
am I going to explain this to Claudia? I'm a fucking kobold. This is
maybe
going to
it's,
last.
maybe you can have kobold children now.
When is this going to end? We might be kobolds forever, for all we know.
Can I do like another bluffing arcana check as if? Or maybe I should do deception.
What do you want to try? What do you want to try?
I want to do deception. Good.
What are you trying to lie about?
Like I know when it's going to end.
Okay, yeah, you just go ahead, go for it.
And Vic says, love what
Oh,
you
just
guys
roleplay
doing
it?
here.
Yeah, if you want.
Thanks, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is the traditional koboldian curse of temporariness, and within the curse, it should only last about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Are you sure about that? Because you've been talking shit this whole time, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, an hour and 29 minutes and 30 seconds now.
So, question real quick. So, with extreme thirst, am I just like unable to like?
No, you're not gonna die if you don't drink it. It's just you are constantly thirsty, and the only thing that will satisfy that thirst, is that holy goodness. It has to be. If it's not consecrated, it won't do.
Okay. Do you guys happen to have some holy water on you? I'm real thirsty, and
No. I don't feel like this is the, most important thing right now. We've just turned into fucking kobolds, and I really want to find a dragon right now. Why do I want to find a dragon? Worship it.
I mean, by some traditions, people consider my brew holy.
Oh my god.
They
I
worship
can't
it.
deal with this, man.
And,
As you guys are talking, you hear kind of a sound coming from one of the carts, the one that's overturned, it seems, which is behind you.
Does it sadden me?
I don't know.
Is Boris a kobold, by the way? Is Boris a kobold?
What's up? Yes, Boris is.
Oh my god.
But he's still standing on like he's acting like
Acts like a
a,
badger.
a tiny kobold that is on all his hands and knees, just going, and he's like trying to chase his tail.
Yeah, I go to investigate the sound over there cautiously with my weapon, which is now far too big for me. I've got to carry it in two hands.
You're dragging it.
Yeah.
As you kind of peer around, you see the back of this wagon appears to have been like a transport, like a supply wagon.
Yeah.
And the wagon is flipped over, and in the back of it there appears to be all kinds of like crates and stuff that were probably contained supplies that look like they've been looted, they've been emptied. There's hay scattered about, and there's a cage that is broken on the ground, and there appears to be a pig, a small pig in it that is just kind of stuck in this cage trying to get out and squealing.
Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Pig, do you... I go and get closer to it. Excuse me.
The pig is just it's stuck in this cage. It's kind of its tiny feet are trying to kick out, and it's like, and it cannot it can't really go anywhere because it's stuck in this little cage.
I go and is it easily broken out of this cage?
The cage is already broken, so if you wanted to find the hinge where the door would be, you can just kind of push that
I open up the hinge for it.
Yeah.
Come on.
As you kind of pull the door, the pig just bolts out of the cage and like into the snow.
Can I throw a spear at it?
Yeah, sure.
It's our new kobold instinct to hunt.
The spear is way too big for you, so you can throw it, but I'm going to give you disadvantage because it's now you're not used to it being this heavy.
We need the name for the pig, chat. We need a name.
Oh crap!
Oh,
Oh,
oh my
damn!
gosh.
So as the pig, like, it bolts out into the snow, just as it's kind of making a loop and it looks like it's gonna come back around, you just line it up and you wing this spear, and it just slams straight into the side of the pig. Damage on the spear.
I guess because I'm like a kobold now, that's a big instinct for me. It's to like hunt it. So I go over and I take the spear out, and I'm like, looks like we got dinner whilst we wait for the spell to wear off.
Bacon.
I'm gonna go over to it and just kind of like pull out the spear and go, and then whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little hungry, I guess.
Yeah, let's cook this up. And like for the next like couple of hours, I want to be like, you know, cook the pig, eat it, and then I'm like, okay, by the time we finish this, we'll turn back from kobolds in
So you guys want to set up a camp here, break
Yeah.
off pieces of the cart.
But it's only for an hour and a half, which is
Yeah. So you guys are like you kind of come to the agreement that all right, we're not going to go deeper into the forest until we turn back. You
yeah.
find some pieces of wood that have been broken off the carts, some scraps, this and that. You set up a nice little campfire, and you're all kind of sitting around it, just roasting like a leg of pig that you have carved off over the fire. You know, ripping off little strips of it and eating it. Did you want to rest till morning or just till?
No, just until an hour and a half is over, basically. So
Yeah,
like,
it's
I imagine
time-
like that time comes, and then I'm like, it's been 2 hours, Daelon. If not
Well,
more.
we had some delicious pig.
Daelon, you said
Thirsty.
it. Yeah, she's still thirsty. You said it would change back in an hour and a half, and it's been.
Well, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe like the
How?
Fae are like, oh, those humans are really dumb. Maybe if we interact with some magical creatures that appear inferior, you know.
The only one that's stupid is you.
Yeah, to be fair, Daelon, you did do this.
well. I just continue like chomping on like some, just like a ham shank, and, like just kind of sag my head.
Oh, I
You
guess.
use the pig to ride back over you.
Now I say, now listen, there's no way we can go back into town as kobolds because we'll be killed. Because people kill kobolds. And we can't go back to Claudia either like this because, well, I'm not exactly... She's not going to understand, basically. So, what I'm thinking is we gotta find a way, if there's like a witch or some pixie shit around here, to turn us back. That's the new goal. Find some witch thing, turn us back into humans and dwarves or half-elves. Let's go deeper.
Okay.
Maybe we can find some holy water on the way.
I don't think so in a forest.
I'm gonna take one of my beers and wave my hands around it like it's a sorcery ball. Like,
Oh, shimmer full of bang. What a place to do.
Daelon.
Holy water, miss.
I'm gonna take it and drink it. That's no holy water.
it was actually one of the beers with sugar in it,
Gross.
but it's
Yeah.
a special sugar. It's like a little sweet.
So you guys are kind of, you've been here for, I don't know, 2.5 hours.
I say we
around
head
the
off.
camp. Was there anything else you wanted to investigate about the
Yeah.
bodies around here?
Yeah, I go over the bodies, see how they
Okay.
died.
Yeah, as you walk over to one of the bodies, you notice that it appears to be like they're all kind of face down. You can see wounds on them. One second.
Did we investigate the guy in the armor that was beneath the statue at all?
You didn't. You hit him, and then you
Right.
turned it to kobolds.
Correct.
So most of the bodies here, you can see weapon wounds on them, but a lot of them lie in the snow. They seem to be pierced in various places: the back, the arms, and stuff with like sharp chunks of ice, like sharp icicles, and all of the bodies that you find, with the exception of the one that appears to be encased in ice like a statue, appear to have been stripped of any weapons or armor that they were equipped with.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, all told, you find the bodies of nine men that are sort of outfitted like they probably were guards, but they're not wearing any equipment anymore. You find 2 women that are sort of dressed like handmaidens, and 1 man who is probably a servant.
Okay. And they all died in similar ways, yeah?
Weapon wounds or like pierced by ice and stuff. Yeah.
Well, looks like they got us. So, well, they definitely got killed by whatever pixies the guy said back in town. I say we'd move on and see what else we can find deeper in the woods.
Do any of you have any? I have to check what skills 5e has because I never remember. If you have survival, you can use that. Otherwise, I will need an investigation check to see if you guys can identify which way the attackers went.
I am going to roll my survival.
Go for it. A 20.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So as you kind of prance off on these little lizard feet, looking for signs of activity, you find it looks like someone made an attempt to hide it by disturbing the snow after it had been walked through. But there is definitely faint markings of a trail that leads deeper into the woods. That you once you've found, you can probably keep following.
Okay.
All right. So, so it looks like it goes this way.
Oh.
Shall
Yeah.
we go now?
I missed that. Yeah, good catch. Let's go. Let's follow this path here. And I follow along the path following Katherine.
Okay. As Katherine leads the way down this path, the snow continues to get deeper. It's drifting down from the clouds, and it's constantly, keeping this place blanketed. You pass by, like, now with your kobold ears, they're a little bit sharper than humans.
Yeah.
So especially with the sense of smell too. Lots and lots of smells, and so, like, you can hear animals and things rustling through the snow and off in the distance. Sounds that make you quite skittish. But as you keep traveling through these heavy snowdrifts and stuff, really you don't see much of anything. But you're trying to follow in the basic way that the path leads you. Eventually, actually, can you all roll me a perception check, please?
Yes, I can. Find it for you. Douglas, perception is only a 1. I have no skills. I rolled 20, like, fuck yeah.
All right. So both Katherine and Douglas, Katherine Douglas, that's an actress, I think. You guys can you guys notice, like, you see off in the distance there are these kind of shimmering shapes that as you like, they look a little bit dark, and as you move towards them, you see that let me just find it real quick. You can see that there appears to be sort of feathered bundles and other kinds of strange fetishes that have been hung by strings from some of the lower branches of the trees up ahead.
Hmm.
Oh, you see that? Those branches
Nope.
acting kind of weird. Look there.
Yeah,
Point
I
out
see it. I see it too.
That's
Yeah, you can
kind of strange.
you can see them sort of swaying and shifting in the wind, and as you kind of you realize the glimmering came from the fact that all of these sort of black bundles of, they look like black feathers, like someone maybe tied like birds' wings together, or something, seem to be stuck through with small pins and icicles that are holding the pieces of leather that are bound around them.
Huh.
They're held together by small icicles?
Yeah.
Okay. And we see that.
Yeah, you can see it as you're approaching.
Okay. Do you think maybe it's the ice fae?
Yeah,
Pick-
if it's some kind of ice queen, then we could be close to getting, back to normal form. Okay. Can you do like a magical sensey thing to see if you can like pick up a magic trail, see where, like, like the magic went?
Magic bloodhound now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as Douglas is concerned.
You can if you don't have detect magic, there's no way for you to physically identify sources of magic, but you can use an Arcana check to see if you know what these are about. If they're used for any kind of magical ritual or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna do the Arcana.
Or
Sure.
you don't know of any rituals that specifically involve these. These are kind of weird. They look very shamanistic, very druidic, which is not really your forte. But as you kind of approach them, you see you can kind of just make out in the shadows of the trees there appear to be these kind of little floating lights. They look kind of like very bright sort of motes of light that are just floating. And as you kind of approach, they seem to kind of start darting very quickly. And as you guys approach this grove of sort of trees with things dangling from them, all of a sudden more lights just start springing up in the trees and just sort of floating around. These are like above your head.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Pixies. Definitely pixies.
Should we be cautious?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever we do, we probably shouldn't attack them, because it might, like, anger them. Sometimes that makes things angry. I've noticed. So,
Generally.
so I say we keep away from them and, respectful of their pixie-like nature. We like pixies here. We come in peace.
As you are kind of walking through this grove of lights and speaking, you hear little kind of tittering, like little giggles that are kind of coming from all around you. But as you're kind of looking around, trying to find, not sure of how to react to these, you can see that you can kind of see a large dark shape emerging from behind a few trees. It looks like a tall kind of creature. It's like a tall kind of deer or something. Its head is it's got gray fur, like stark gray fur. Its head just a huge crown of antlers.
Oh boy.
This is a large stag.
Shit. I say, Stag. Hello, Mr. Stag. Hey, I'm Douglas. I might look like a kobold, but I'm actually not. This is Daelon, Oakbringer, and this is Katherine. Hey, can you hear us?
As you're sort of the stag kind of emerges from two trees and it turns its head towards you and lowers it. It takes 2 steps through the heavy snow in your direction, and then it stops, lifting its head, and says, "What are you doing in my wood?"
Oh, your wood. Sorry, we didn't know it was your woods. We are here to investigate some guys, some mercenaries on the road were killed, and we want to know why.
It says, "You seek information and answers in my domain."
That is correct, Mr. Stag.
It kind of tilts its head. It says, "Please tell me what it is you seek."
Okay, well, these guys back in the clearing, like an hour or so back that way, they're all dead. They've been stuck by, like, icicles. Back where there's a big statue of a man who turned us into these kobolds. And they're all dead there. And apparently they were killed by some kind of small pixie-like creatures. And we think there might be some kind of fey witch involved. Maybe, we're not sure. But have you heard anything about that, or where we might be able to find said pixie witch?
I do not know of such a creature. There are many things that have made this domain their home.
Right.
If you do not come in anger, you may proceed undisturbed.
Yeah, I sometimes I am angry, but right now I'm fine. Been working on it a lot. So why is the forest so cold? Like, it's really snowy and it's the height of summer right now.
It says, "This is my domain. This is how I desire it. I cannot exist anywhere else."
Right, okay. Kind of selfish, don't you think? Making it cold for everyone else. Brings a bit of a downer on the whole place.
It says, "I do not bring the frost. It brings me."
Right, okay. That makes sense. It totally does make sense. Why,
Test me.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Currently talking to a fucking stag. I say, what can we call you, Mr. Stag?
I am far fine.
You are Farfar. Or you're Farquhar.
Far fine.
Four fine. Like four and like a fine, okay. Right, sweet. Okay, four fine. Well, thank you for your help, I guess. I mean, I haven't really been very helpful, to be quite frank, but, do you have any idea where, Lord Farquhar, do you have any idea where we might find any pixies around here, or where maybe some other settlements might be within the forest? I mean, we're new here to your domain, as you keep saying.
It says, I know things, but you are not worthy of my insight. Do any of you are any of you skilled? Like, do any of you are particularly skilled in insight?
Believe it or not, Douglas isn't.
I have
I have 2, but it's not like a
Okay.
3 from wisdom, but I'm not proficient.
yeah.
Okay.
So, by the way, Spawncast asks, can you ask what map it is, and is it homebrewed, the map on this overlay here?
Which one?
The map on the overlay just on here, which is under.
Oh, that is just a map of a place that you guys may be visiting at some point. We don't know.
Is it homebrewed or?
No, it's
Alright.
it is a place called Irison.
Cool.
We'll get there.
Joel.
It'll come up. So he doesn't look kind of he's kind of looks disinterested in you, and he just starts like sort of walking, turning his head away and stepping back through the snow.
Excuse me, is there any way we can prove our worth to you for information?
He says, venture into the heart, find answers yourself. I do not deal with such mortals.
Great.
You
Thanks,
roll. Can you all roll me an insight check, please?
Thanks so much to Insomniacs Inc. He says wild magic on a stag because he's gloriously arcane. Thanks so much, Insomniacs.
All right, so before insight goes ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and roll. See what magic happens to him.
It's a D10,000.
Yeah, and we've got that 8,000 something. So I'm gonna scroll down to this.
8,013 on the stag.
Yeah.
On four something the stag. I don't know what it is.
8,013. 1
Yeah,
mile
it's just
radius turns black and white.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
All of a sudden, like he kind of starts as he starts turning to walk away from you. Everything sort of turns into like a noir film.
Can I like slam my staff down into the like into the snow like I'm a wizard like Gandalf?
Yeah, sure.
On stage,
Doesn't make a loud noise, but you can do it.
I'm like fine, and then hopefully coordinate it with the time that was at the black.
Just when everything, yeah.
When
Okay.
Katherine just, what the hell's going on here? As everything
Like-
just goes black.
Like fine.
He kind of turns his head a little bit to you as you shout at him.
I am no mere mortal. I wish you wouldn't address me as such, and I wish to earn your respect. I see you are a keeper of the forest. I too am a different keeper. But I would like to inquire as to how you may help us servicing a non-mortal to another.
Go ahead and roll me a bluff check,
Oh,
please.
here he goes again.
Deception check.
9.
He kind of he kind of pauses for a second, and he says, "You are not such a creature." And you kind of, as his voice wavers, you actually get the sense that perhaps, much like you are attempting to deceive him, he is maybe not being entirely honest with you.
I'm gonna look over at the group. I'm like, I know we just ate pig, but I could really go for some deer.
You think
Maybe
so?
after.
I mean, like, this guy is kind of a douchebag. Is he actually a god like Daelon? You're pretending to know magic shit. Is he actually some kind of magic god thing?
I imagine he he might have the power to lift some roots out of the floor, but otherwise I think his main power is taking random pebble-like poops everywhere in the forest.
By the way, what you realized with your kind of insight a little bit is that it was kind of strange the way that for some time while the creature was talking to you, the animal wasn't actually looking at you, and sort of when it was at some point like you were sort of struck by the impressiveness of being addressed by this talking stag, but you realized it wasn't exactly like, it didn't actually seem to be behaving as intelligent as it sounded. Perhaps you think maybe the stag isn't the one talking.
Is that what Daelon gets?
That's what he realizes kind of this is a little bit weird, the conversation.
I kind of shrug. I mean, he just seems so stubborn and useless.
All right, we'll come back to him, I guess. We can.
Yeah. I'm like, he's probably some pawn in the greater Fey plan, but you know, he spoke it out pretty simply to us that we gotta go in the forest. That is respect. You go back.
Okay.
As you guys are talking, all these kind of tittering and floating lights and stuff that are kind of whizzing above your head, all of a sudden they stop and they start descending around you, and you see, like with a jump, the stag just leaps off and bounds into the woods as these lights are kind of floating and flickering around you. And as you can actually, as they're whizzing by, you can see some of them, not all of them, but some of them appear to, in the center of the light, you can just make out like a tiny diminutive little creature, or like something probably about the size, about yay big, in the center of the light, but others aren't like that. Others just appear to be lights, and they're just kind of whizzing around you, and as they kind of settle their movement.
Now it's white. Now it's black.
As they settle their movement, the stag is gone, and these creatures are just kind of flitting about you, and you can hear their little voices, just kind of chanting, like, just laughing and saying, like, "Kill the mortals! Take their bones!"
What the fuck? As I draw my sword, I'm like, okay, enough. Enough talking to fucking stags in the woods. Let's kill some shit. As I draw my sword and these things start spiraling around us.
I'm gonna
Get
draw
that
my
thing.
stuff, but like have some like flint or something and try and light it as I like.
As you do.
As I've unsheathed it, like really.
Roll me a dexterity. Was it a dexterity check to see if you can kind of do that as you pull it out?
Murder pixies.
If you can hit it, then I will let you kind of flint this thing alight as your turn starts. Otherwise, you'll probably have to do it in your during your turn.
18.
18, yeah. You get like as you draw your weapon, there's just a spark and a bright flare of fire at the end of your spear.
Nice.
And
comboing it around.
as that happens, you guys seem to be preparing for combat. So why don't we have everyone roll me some initiative?
Alright then. So whilst we're on this ship and getting into this fight, I'll remind you guys that if you're new, hit that follow button and join us. I rolled a nat 1 on that bombshell. Yeah. But if you're new and you're enjoying this adventure, this kobold-based adventure, which has now become, then join us in our adventure. We have 5 nights a week. Saturday, in just a few days' time now, is our 24-hour D&D stream, which I'm very excited about. So get in on an action. In fact, Brian is going to be DMing a game on Saturday as well. So
you know it.
Oh, Trains will be joining us for a game. Oh, all the boys will be in.
All right.
So I rolled absolutely terrible on that. Strong that one.
All right.
That one
so I
game's
gotta
so strong.
give me a second. I'm just gonna do something.
Sure. Yeah, I'm glad we got inspiration. Yeah.
And
gonna need it.
that. All right. So you guys, what'd you get? You got a 19 for Douglas, and a 3. Oh no,
No, I rolled a 3. I rolled a nat 1.
you got a 3. Daelon got the 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Katherine got a 14. And then here we have a 6 and a
Nice.
15
That's cool. How do you do this stuff?
and a 15. All right. So as the things start flitting around you, we go to the top of the round. Daelon, you have just sort of, with a flourish, pulled out the spear, and it flared to life almost magically. As your spear is now, the metal end of it is now on fire. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna quickly exclaim,
See this darkness, this pale landscape. That was I, Daelon. Who drove the flame. The shadow.
So you're
What say you?
trying to.
Are you talking to the? You're trying to intimidate?
At this point, the reason why I'm
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
let's
one
go
is
with
because
that.
I'm face palming at this point at Daelon. Oh.
Yeah, well, let's do intimidation.
Yeah, you can.
Just so you guys know, I have -1 to all charisma rolls.
Heaven forbid
my
this
gosh.
man ever
Oh,
gain
shit.
any real power.
Oh.
18.
Well, as you kind of pull the spear out and you just start shouting in a surprisingly manly voice, which is kind of not out of character for Daelon. These sprites kind of, you see them almost falter, like their laughter lets up for a second as they definitely seem like to kind of float back a little distance. Not like, I don't know, you probably kind of scared them. The fire may have done a lot to help, because these things probably don't like fire. Anything else you want to do while you're monologuing to them?
No, I want to continue the monologue, like creating titles about myself.
All right, so you just stand there, spear in hand, just going on and on, like, I am Daelon, keeper of the fire, wielder of the brew, feeler of the mash. just for like your entire turn,
Rejecter
just
of
talking.
Yes.
Rejecter of the Dwarhild.
All right.
No woman.
All right. So as the first thing is going to, sorry, I gotta open this again. It is going to see if it has a where are my saves? Oh, it's gonna make it.
Alright. 18.
All right. It seems to steel itself against your whatever, you know, your intimidating presence, and it is going to kind of let me just open this real quick. It is going to I guess summon a like a little kind of shard of ice appears in its hand, and it is going to attempt to throw it at you. So this
Wait, not
is
yes. Bad. Bad pixie.
let me just turn this away. Take this away. So it is going to make a ranged attack against you.
Ooh.
Not a short bow, but it is a ranged attack. 21 to hit. All right. This little like spear of ice just lances right into your shoulder, and it's gonna deal 1 point of physical damage and 1 point of cold damage as it kind of bites into you. And now you, as you feel this thing bite in, you realize that these things are probably a little bit more dangerous than their size may appear, as this thing is going to flit around near you. Katherine, what do you want to do? It's your turn.
I am going to want to cast Scorching Rays. So it's 3 rays, and I'm gonna 1 for each.
Give me a second, I'm checking this out. You create 3 rays of fire, and make a ranged spell attack. Make a ranged attack for each ray.
Okay. Let me.
Got him. Ooh, Feeler of the Mash.
D20 plus Dex.
Probably the most intimidating title,
So
right?
it's 1d. What was it? 1.
It's D20 plus your dexterity.
Keeper of the
Alright.
cart. Brewer of the sugar.
Okay, I'll take both of it. Just roll me one more time.
Okay.
I'll take both of those. All right, so
Yeah.
19, 22, and 16.
Nice.
These things have all of your rays hit.
Okay. So they will take 1d6 for each ray.
I actually, according to the SRD, it is 2d6 fire damage.
Hey.
2d6.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me. Just roll me. Well, they'll all do the same damage. So just roll me a 2d6.
All right. I'll just do it in the chat.
Yep.
Well, my keyboard's not working.
Yeah.
Oh
Two.
wait, no, that's good.
All right. So as you kind of conjure, you watch these things flit around. You summon your fiendish energy and flame wreaths your hand as you lance out 3 bolts of energy streak at each of these 3 targets, and you just see them, just the bolt streaks through these motes of light, and you hear little like ah! shrieks as the creatures are just incinerated
You monster.
as strikes them, and they all just
That's an evil
They are-
cattle.
there's nothing left of those 3. they take extra damage from fire, so you
So perfect. Damn.
I'm just gonna like recover from the shard and my like. Imagine I was twirling around my staff, saying a bunch of stuff, and then I took it to the shoulder and I just kind of like fell to the ground with my hand there, and then I'll like look up and see that like the smolders of the fuse, and I'm like,
Well, I think we had some pretty good teamwork there.
As these things die, all the other motes of light that have been whizzing around you also just sort of fade out, and all of a sudden they're all gone.
Did we get the pixie who was like controlling them? Who was like, "Metal immortals"?
That was one of them.
Okay, we got it.
They were all kind of chanting things like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I put my sword away before I've even I draw it before I've even used it. I put it back away. I'm like, okay, yeah, you can stay with us.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
keep doing that thing where you blow shit up. That's real good. Had to teach me that sometime, actually.
So you guys are left in this clearing with a couple of these tiny little like doll-like figures that are charred and burnt. The footprints of a stag that has run off into the woods, and not a whole lot of ideas, except that whoever it was that was giving voice to this this wild animal seems to have been trying to get some information out of you. I mean, you don't know exactly why, but they were pretty curious. It's kind of curious, but you can, there still is more, there's still signs of this trail through the woods, which is at this point the one that you've been following. Whoever was trying to hide it was making less of an effort, because you're now a good distance into the woods, so they probably figured that there would not be any need to obscure the trail this far out. Like no one would be able.
I tend to go say, I say we follow that stag. We get some answers from him.
I agree. I'm not quite fond of him.
No, he seemed like a real. Yeah. Let's follow that. Let's follow that path. And,
I'm just gonna take. Is my staff still on fire? Is it kind of just smoldering?
Yeah, it is, and it's like you're just holding it there, and it's gonna burn for, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes before it goes out.
Daelon, also, you do know that you're not actually a god, right?
Yeah,
Okay, just checking, because sometimes, you worry me.
It's it's okay to dream.
Sure. All right.
As Daelon just sort of watches with this staff sort of burn itself out, you guys follow the bounding footsteps of this animal through, which diverts wildly from the path that you were following, and it winds deeper and deeper into the woods. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to where it's going. Let me just check something real quick.
No worries. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
That's right, Jerome. Some move.
Sorry.
So yeah, I'm gonna carry on following the path, and I'm probably following Katherine, seeing as she was a good tracker before. So I imagine you're like following these tracks for us. Because Douglas is just stomping around, basically. He just likes to stomp everywhere.
All right. So as you kind of you follow this thing, it's just leading deeper into the woods. There's no sign of any particular direction it's going. But at some point, you come to you come to what appears to be a fair, like you can see the land dips down, and there appears to be like a stream bed that this creature apparently crossed. The stream bed is frozen over. It's completely ice. However, as you're kind of approaching it, you kind of off to the side of the trail, about 30 feet before the stream, you see a very strange sight, because it looks like someone has built a very, very crude snow statue here.
Okay. Similar looking to the one before?
No, it's humanish size, but it only appears to be humanoid in general form. It's not as detailed or as it doesn't look like a frozen person. It looks like someone actually packed the snow here. And as you approach it, you see there appears to be a kind of a crude wooden sign leaning against it. And even from a distance, you can make out the sign that says "Trespassers turn back."
Oh, interesting. So this is someone else's territory, which is good news. Because
Means we're going the right way.
means we're going the right way, exactly. And if anyone does try and stop us, well, then they can, you can do that thing with the, blowy uppy stuff. I look at the statue a bit more closely. Is the figure in any particular like stance? Dying horribly or
no,
something?
it just looks like its arm just kind of has these stubby snow arms that are kind of raised a little bit like that. It doesn't really have a it has, I guess it has kind of stuff stuck in it to sort of look like a face.
Yeah.
With an open mouth.
I punch it until it's gone.
Right. So as you walk towards it, you're before you get a chance to punch it, you get about 10 feet away, and all of a sudden you hear a voice, like the snow kind of stirs a little bit, and you hear a voice saying, "Can't you read? The sign says turn back. Now get lost."
Does it sound like the stag?
No, different voice.
Okay. I kind of look around me. Where are you? I can't see you. Come out from your hidey hole.
There's no response. This kind of, I'm assuming, stops you in your tracks when you get about 10 feet away.
Stopped, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's no follow up or answer to your question.
I say, all right then. Well, we're coming in peace. We just want to let's say hi to Charlie Chills. What's up? We want to know why the humans in the statue clearing were killed. That's why we're here. And we're not afraid to kill any more pixie things that attack us, so don't bother. We want to have a peaceful resolution to the situation. You don't want us to get angry. Mostly me. Mostly me when I get angry. It's bad. Things get broken. Mostly
The
people.
snowman remains still.
Okay, well I'm gonna cross the line now, and we're gonna have a nice conversation, okay?
I'm going to. Can I try to do an intimidation?
Sure. How do you want to intimidate?
I incinerated a couple pixies back there,
She
and
did.
I'm pretty sure it'd be no problem to incinerate the next person if they don't want to cooperate with us.
Roll me an intimidation check.
She's good.
It's
24.
Douglas. I'm sorry. You kind of hear this speech, and you're like, I'm scared.
She's like me. She's scary like me.
But if you have successfully intimidated anyone, they don't kind of announce it. They don't show it. Just the snowman seems to be standing still, and no one seems to be coming out of the trees or anything
Do
to.
you wanna kill a snowman?
Can we just kick down the snowman?
Yeah, you can go. You can walk
No,
up.
I've stopped punching the snowman a bit.
All right, as you take before you
I
get
kill Olaf, okay, Brian? I kill him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All
before
that
you-
you've done for the genre. Fuck you.
as you walk a little bit closer, you're about 5 feet away, just winding up this angry little kobold fist, when all of a sudden you hear, and there's a boom of force that erupts out. I need you
Oh fuck.
to roll me a Constitution save.
Alright, perfect. So, to catch up, Charlie Chills, and thanks so much to Seaside Hermit for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a gentleman and a scholar, sir, of the highest order. Welcome. To catch you up, we are, Trainsy is Daelon, a dwarf. I am Douglas, a human. Kira's not killed, she is Katherine. the
Yeah.
Half-Elf Warlock.
I don't know, that was a placeholder name.
Yeah, no worries. We are investigating a bunch of humans who have been killed by supposedly some kind of fey creatures or something, some pixie-like creatures. And so we're in this frozen forest, despite the fact it's the height of summer, and we're investigating this place. So if you are new to Charlie Chills, feel free to ask any questions that you have. If you're enjoying yourself, then hit that follow button and join us. So what did you want me to roll, Askin?
Constitution save, please.
Constitution save. How American am I? 15. Media, kind of constitutional.
Yeah, you respect the Declaration of Independence. It's
You colonists, you.
So as you rush towards this thing, you're buffeted by this wave of force and sound, and it is going to deal 4 sonic damage to you. However, you do
I do have
resist.
Charlie Chills on my side. Welcome, Charlie Chills to the adventure. You are a gentle Charlie and scholar. Thank you for that.
Hopefully, you guys do not get the Charlie chills in this frozen woodland. But you kind of, as you're buffeted by this spell effect, it's going to be anyone within a 10 feet, so 10-foot radius. So is anyone except I know Douglas, you were going towards it. Was anyone else striding towards this snowman?
I probably was, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take. Then I need a Constitution save from you too.
Yeah.
I'm staying back.
Oh.
12 is not enough. So you, Douglas, you're kind of hit by this, and you're almost kind of stunned, but you sort of shake it off. However, Katherine, you are like this wave of force hits you, and you're just kind of just like ringing in your ears. You can't really move for a second. You're just sitting there stunned, which kind of after about 10 seconds or so dissipates. However, Douglas, you stagger towards this thing through this wave of force, and your fist just weakly hits the snowman.
Yeah. I just go. Oh.
Yeah, all your momentum is kind of taken out of you.
Oh.
yeah.
That really fucking hurt. Right, now I am angry. And I start like really punching this thing down until there is no
Snowman
more
beat
left.
down.
Yeah. 1v1 me on Rust. I go and punch this the snowman down.
All right, you're just kind of bashing this thing down. It doesn't, after that burst of sound, it doesn't do anything. Like, you just knock this snowman to the ground and kind of kick it apart, and all the sticks and stuff that made up its face and the sign that's on it just lie scattered on the ground. However, as you're doing this, you guys hear sort of a sharp cracking of ice. It seems like it's coming off from the direction of the stream nearby. And as you guys sort of look over, you see these, the ice is sort of you see it kind of splintering up in shards, and pieces of it are kind of cracking upwards and upwards, and they seem to be sort of taking a form. It looks like they're kind of forming into something.
Okay.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Just kind of like back away, and that
Yeah.
sound of that, just like wheeling my cart back.
Yeah, I step back a little bit. But I still kind of stand my ground, basically. At these things. You got a problem over there? Come here.
The ice kind of cracks and forms, and it's kind of turns into this this form. It looks like it's kind of like a hunched over thing with these sharp, icy kind of arms dangling to the side. It doesn't really have much of a body shape. It looks like some sort of ice creature made out of ice, and as it sort of passes through the center of this creek, it hits the edge of the water and up on, like, it goes up on the land. It doesn't seem to slow down. It is making its way towards you.
I'm gonna like hurriedly like put the oil in the staff, and I'm like, no, just dipping it in, and then like trying to light it on fire, like.
All right.
Yeah, I go to put the oil on the sword and start.
You've already readied it.
Yeah. I start to like light it and I go.
All right, so
Well,
before it gets here, you light your sword. Trendy, you are in the process of doing it. You won't get a chance to actually light it until, you get your surprise round is over.
Yeah,
And I'm prepping for some spells.
we do the awesome trio thing. Doug's in the lead. You guys like triangling behind me, and I say, "Stand by me here, guys. There's some fucking great snowball we need to take down."
Tug on Catherine's sleeve, like, help! Please do the same thing. Do the same thing, please.
Try.
Roll well. So do you want us to roll some initiatives here?
Yes, please. Let's do some initiatives.
Do you want to kill a snowman?
Damn.
6 again. I'm nailing this.
8.
I really need some levels up in
Yeah.
druids. Druids in Dex. Although I did say I want to take a level in druids so I can commune with Boris properly in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta do that.
I got to speak to the
So
Furby guy and get a level up.
We conveniently never leveled in Tinker's Tale after like all this.
Lee was like, "No way am I letting him take a level in druid. He'd be too powerful." That's Douglas's final form. Is druidic Douglas riding
Choking
a giant
people.
Boris. Yeah.
It's like it becomes Darth Vader, but with vines.
Alright, so
I mean, endgame for Douglas is probably kind of Darth Vader territory, really, because he's just so angry.
alright, so who got what? Katherine got a 21.
Yeah, I rolled a 6, and Daelon got an 8.
6 and 8, and he got a 14. Alright, cool. So as we go to the top of the round, Katherine, once again, you are prepping your spells. These guys are readying their weapon. What do you want to do?
I'm just looking at Scorching Ray right now in the handbook. Am I able to cast it again?
What level spell is it?
It's second level.
I think you only have you should only have like one second level spell slot. I think.
I think it's 2 for Warlock.
Yeah, let me see.
2 spell slots, and then you can cast 2 spells.
Wait, because Warlocks have a weird thing, because Warlock spell slots are different from the other classes.
Yeah, and then
So
they
I
have
think
to
you can-
rest between like recovering their 2
So
spells.
you are 4th level. Your slot level is 3rd, so you should have two second levels, 1 3rd level.
Okay. And then
Oh no, I'm sorry, I missed. I was reading 5th. Second level spells. So you have 2 second level spells, but no 3rd level spells.
okay.
Oh, so you can cast this one again.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Oh, spell slots, the worst thing. The most confusing thing about things.
Wait, I can or I can't? I heard 2 things.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, girl. Yes.
Just give me a second here. Oh my gosh,
Nice.
I'm trying to find it back in the heading. Because I was reading the at higher levels thing.
You don't have a higher level, so
No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this again.
so it's just 3 rays, so that'll be 3 attacks, d20 plus your dexterity.
Nice.
Okay. Let me just fix my thing real quick.
Alright, turn it into a song. That works with me. Just gonna be doing my
That works.
character sheet now. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh shit. What?
Oh shit.
All right,
Oh, cool.
okay,
Wow.
What is that?
that's a damage. Just roll 1 more to hit.
21.
No. One of them manages to strike its target as you conjure up another sort of fiendish energy. No. You already rolled the 9 and the 7.
Yeah, I know. I said it.
Oh, okay. So you kind of shoot these out, and as this thing is rushing towards you, 2 of the beams streak past it. One of them strikes it squarely. So go ahead and roll some damage on that. It's 2d6.
Nice.
Is it? Oh shit. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff.
I was breaking everything.
Is that 2d6 plus dex? Or
I don't think so.
no? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, 8.
So how big is this creature in, like, just size-wise?
It's taller than, it's slightly taller than you are.
Oh, so it's like, 5'7" or something.
Yeah, ish.
Okay.
So you strike this thing. It let me just there we go. It hits it right in like squarely, and luckily this thing takes is a creature made of ice, so your fire damage is going to do more. Against it, you hear that sizzling. There's a psst of steam as the beam strikes through it, and where it kind of lances through, you actually see this sort of elemental of ice now has a hole through like one of its shoulders.
Sweet. Get him.
All right. So you have hit that thing
Nice.
pretty hard.
Poor
and-
kobolds. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot we're kobolds. So we're tiny, aren't we?
Four kobolds. As it makes its way towards you, it is going to. Douglas, you said you were in front, right?
Yeah, I'm in the lead. It seems like.
All right. Let me just check something here. It is going to do.
Some really nice things to us.
Yeah, it's gonna say what's up. No, it is going to just rear up to you, and as it rears a fist back, you see just jagged shards of ice form along this head as it's gonna attempt to bludgeon you with it, and it's gonna make 2 slam attacks against you. 1, 2.
Miss. Both of them are misses.
All right, 13 and 16. You kind of using your small form. This thing has to kind of angle itself downwards to hit you. You dodge out of the way, and the fist slams down, and kind of ice splinters go everywhere. And then you duck under another swipe, kind of bobbing and weaving as this thing attempts to bludgeon you to death. That is going to be its turn as it moved up to you.
Nice.
Daelon, we are at you.
Okay.
You can spend your. I'll let you spend your move action to light your spear on fire.
So yeah, I'll light the spear on fire and move into attack.
Okay. You can't move because you have to use your move action to light it on fire, but you can throw it if you want.
That's true.
In proper tradition of throwing my spear.
Fucking love it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll me a ranged attack.
Just throwing away his only weapon at the start of the fight.
He's a monk, so
That's
technically
true,
it's not his
yeah,
only
should be
weapon.
able to, it's some hand-to-hand combat.
Only 11.
11 is not going to do it as the spear whizzes by this thing as it attempts to swing at Douglas,
I just
and
duck under
the
it.
spear just goes under its arm and sails to about 10 feet behind it and lands in the dirt, just crackling with fire. All right, so you are left there without a weapon, and Douglas, we are at you. You do have this large sword, which you can swing. You're gonna swing it at disadvantage because it is too big for you.
Fuck me. Okay, so I do have inspiration from Sev to use because
Yes, you do.
my hatred and anger is spurning me forward. So I'm going to attack with my longsword with both hands. So she will do more damage if it hits, but I'm just at stranded rolls, no advantage or disadvantage. 12.
So this is not, you're not spending your inspiration.
I do want to spend more inspiration, but I imagine because I have disadvantage, it just cancels it out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of arc over this thing. Let me just check real quick. I gotta check something. No, 12 unfortunately does not leave your sword. You don't have quite enough weight behind it. You just you yell out in this kobold voice, and your sword comes down and it hits the shoulder of this thing, but it just kind of like it doesn't do anything. It just like the ice. Not enough weight behind it, unfortunately, because you are a little bit too small to heft this thing. But you are, which just makes you angrier, as it
does,
would.
really. Only fuels
All
my
right,
hate.
Catherine, we are back at you at the top of the round.
All right, I'm gonna use some burning hands.
Carry the party, please.
All right.
We're terrible.
More fire is needed.
We're like, oh yeah, we're these big tough guys, and then you go and smash all these things, and we're like, fuck. Showing us up. So it's a
All right,
DC.
so he has to succeed a dexterity save to take half of this fire damage. So let me roll that as you kind of rub your hands together a little bit and kind of conjure this flame, and as you spray this cone of fire just above Douglas's head, just gouting over this ice elemental. He's gonna make his dex save. 19, so he is going to get it.
Damn.
He's only going to take half damage, but it is fire damage, so he takes extra. So you still kind of, as the flame gouts over him, you can see some of the ice starting to melt and more steam evaporating off this thing.
Okay.
I say, keep the fire thing, he doesn't like it, as I'm like, ducking under a spear thrown by Daelon, ducking under the fire cast by you, ducking under the swing from this swing. Oh, fuck, because all these different things are going in.
Yeah. All right, so at the top, he is going to sort of position himself. He's going to wheel around you, and he's going to attempt to club Katherine, because Katherine has burned him twice. So he is going to attempt to club you once, and then Daelon once. This one's against Katherine. We'll take the 19 and the 11, because why not? So 19 against Katherine, and in 11 against Daelon.
Miss against me.
All right.
Yeah, same.
So miss or hit?
Hit.
Okay. You are going to take. You're going to take 8 damage as this thing kind of slams you in the stomach, knocking the wind out of you. As you can feel these shards of ice puncturing into your kind of kobold flesh.
Not my kobold flesh, no.
All right, Daelon, we are at you. Your spear is now off in about 10 feet away from you. Well, 15 feet away from you.
15 feet away. Okay,
Yeah.
can I move to grab it and then use a key to dash back to the enemy for an attack?
Sure.
Cool. So I threw it. I dodged down, avoiding the club narrowly. Find like a gap between the legs if he's that large, and just.
Yeah, you kind of pull this this sort of maneuver where as it's going to swing at you with its fist, you just sort of take, you sprint a step and then you just sort of slide under the swinging arm, like just missing your head. And as you're sliding across the icy ground, you kind of power slide into where your spear is. You grab it and pull yourself to your feet, and then you wheel around on your heel and start dashing back to this thing.
And then I wanna roll to attack.
Yeah, you can just jab this thing right in the back with your spear. You will be, because you're behind it, and Kira's on the other side, you will get advantage on the attack. 14 just hits it.
All right. And then this will roll another to hit, but here's this, and I'm gonna add that would be a bonus action which I consumed to use my key strike for
Yeah.
dash. So this is just normal spear damage without any fluff.
I really like the idea of calling
No,
it.
that didn't work.
You
a
got a
tavern.
just roll it.
word spear to hit.
I really like the idea of calling a tavern the nightclub. That's such a good fucking name.
Oh, the second.
Click the word on spear damage.
There you go.
Yeah, so you
okay.
wait, spear is what, D6 or D8? I don't know why it's doing 0.
Let me just roll a d6 plus, so it's...
Yeah, D6 plus your dex.
Turning into a song.
5.
5. All right. So as you slam this thing, luckily your spear is still on fire. So as it chunks into the ice, you can hear this thing kind of rears back as the flame licks back at it. It is not looking too good. It's been burned and melted multiple times. Its form is considerably smaller and more frail than when it charged at you now. So it looks like a solid hit could shatter this thing. So Daelon, as you kind of kung fu yourself up to this thing and spear it in the back. Douglas, it is your turn. This thing is now behind you.
All right then. I'm gonna swing around, kind of pivot on the spot, and try and hit it. So try this again. Let's try it. Now one.
Well, because you are flanking it, you do have advantage on your attack.
Oh, yeah. 17, the perfect number.
Alright.
So 17.
As you dongerize it with your sword, tell me how you shatter this thing.
I dongerize it. Yes, I do. Okay, I shatter it for 6 damage. And I kind of like bring it to the back, and it's just kind of like carves everywhere, and parts of it just fly off, shards of it fly around, and all of us have to like kind of duck to like protect our eyes from being like
Great.
completely blinded by shards of ice flying everywhere. So I did use my rage inspiration before, don't worry, man. So yeah, I just get really, really angry and crack it through the back.
Yeah, the sword just comes down heavily on it and hits the thing. There's just a cracking sound as the ice is sent in splinters in all directions. There's no sound. The thing doesn't really make a sound, but all you guys are kind of ducking as these razor shards of ice kind of rain around the place, and you are left standing amidst these fragments as this creature that emerged out of the lake is now scattered around you.
Nice.
The lake river.
Yeah, I pull the sword away, kind of crunch out a few like icicles that have been stuck into me, and I say, well, whoever didn't want us to come in here has clearly lost their guardian now. So I say we walk on in, find out who's behind all this.
Right behind you.
I'll kind of guard myself down, keeping my torso to like the tops of my knees, and then I'll kind of rise up out of the shards as if, out of the ashes of something. I just stand there with my staff, like holstered next to my foot, and like, did you guys see that slide move there? Been practicing.
Yeah, I did, but I also saw the flaming spear coming dangerously close to my face.
I think it had a power that pulled my spear towards it, and it left my hands. So
I see, that's interesting, because it didn't seem to show that kind of powers whatsoever.
I mean, magic is magic, right, guys?
Right. And then I'm like, okay, let's follow on.
So as you guys continue, you cross the lake, and the lake itself is quite hazardous. The frozen kind of creek below you sort of cracks and heaves under your feet. Can you all just give me some sort of I guess a dexterity check is fine, because I don't think an acrobatics check if you have it, just to keep your balance on this ice.
7. Nailing this.
Okay. All right. So Daelon, you kind of like everyone else is sort of stumbling and wobbling. You guys, you don't necessarily fall flat on your face, but your movement is certainly you're certainly kind of slowed. Like each step, you're sort of slipping and sliding. However, Daelon, you just kind of look at them, and as you set one foot on the ice, you just sort of push your momentum, and you just kind of glide across.
Oh, how the tables have turned, Daelon. Last series,
I look at Douglas with a very like shit-eating later chumps grin.
I say, I'm gonna tell her at the time you fell down that cavern and knocked yourself out.
I look straight forward and just like, nope.
I turn to Katherine as we're
Please
like,
tell me.
carrying. I imagine we're doing that thing where, because I'm like covered in mittens and like Elvis, and I'm like really struggling. We're like holding hands like on the ice, trying to like keep balance. As, like, one of
Yes,
us
it's like
slips.
two ice skaters that have never done this before and are extremely unconfident.
Exactly the image I was going for. Yeah.
To your feet.
And I start recounting the tale of Saltvault.
So now, luckily, you feel the ice kind of shifting below you, and luckily, you guys are kobolds, which are small creatures. Because you get the feeling that were you any larger, this ice in certain places probably wouldn't be able to support you.
True. It has its benefits. It has its benefits.
So you make your way across the creek, and you try and follow the stag footprints as best you can.
Yeah.
However, you kind of notice a shape sort of jutting out in the snow, crossing your path. It looks like just a log at first, but then as you kind of approach, it looks like there appears to be like it's not just a crooked tree branch. There appears to be like a shoe on it that you can make out.
There's
Yeah.
like a drug dealer in town or something. Is that what this means?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that what they do in England?
I
They put shit on trees?
won't go into my knowledge list. Anyway, I look at it. I say, someone's been here and got their shoe stuck.
No, I mean as you
Oh.
approach it, it's not actually a tree. It appears to
Oh.
be a leg that's sort of sticking out of the snow.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, someone has been here and probably died.
Yeah, you can see the legs and feet of of what appears to be a frozen corpse jutting from a pile of snow next to the trees here.
Okay. I go over to this pile where the leg is sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of leg is it?
It's a man's leg. A man's legs.
Yeah,
It would be probably, I don't know, it would probably be supple were it not frozen.
supple. I bet Daelon is checking out those casts to see if they're anything like his own.
They're not. They're
They're
not
not,
remotely.
yeah, no.
But I have little kobold calves right now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I scurry through the snow to like go to find like the body and head of this guy.
Yeah, as you kind of clear the snow out and pull the body out, you appear to be looking at an old man, frozen over, dead, and it's I mean seems to be wearing very simple clothing, a set of heavy overalls and a shirt not unlike the one that you were wearing right now, Will, and he the only thing that's kind of doesn't really match is the fact that he appears to be sort of leaning on clutching a bow, like a fairly well-made composite bow, as well as there's a quiver of arrows there, and there's also sort of an axe, in a ring on his belt. But he is an old man. He doesn't look like an adventurer or anything like that. In fact, he looks probably more like a farmer, if anything else.
Hey, Katherine, you said that there was this like farmer guy, Dan. Or he's like an old man, Dan, something like that. This guy's old. He's a farmer, and he might be called Dan. So, could this be the guy?
Potentially, I don't know.
You think it could be him?
Could make a good guess, say that it is probably.
Okay. Well, I guess he's got no need for his bow anymore. Or his clothing, I guess.
I wanna take the ring, just kind of like snatch it.
The whole, like, it's not like a ring on his finger, it's like a belt ring.
I'll take the belt ring.
Okay, it's holding, it's and like an axe is slid through it, so it just hangs on his belt.
I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, you get this nice little, it's too big for you, but it's a nice little
I wear it like a bandolier. I kind of awkwardly put my spear in the middle of the ring, like that's across my chest now, and like
I take my scarf and I like switch it for his.
I'd rather have a dead man's scarf than yours.
All right.
Wow.
You sort of bury the scarf next to the body.
Yeah, I put a scarf. I pull a
Successfully
scarf over the
rolled to
top.
destroy Claudia's heart.
Yes, definitely. So as you pull the stuff off, you get you get a composite longbow. It's a little bit big for you to use, but you might be able to make do. With some effort. There are 12 arrows with it. You have the hand axe as well as the belt, ring. And you also found a pouch that had 14 gold coins and some change.
Okay, I'll take the gold.
Once you've kind of picked this guy clean and you kind of make your way on the tracks, you notice they continue for a little while, but then you can see coming up onto you appears to be a frozen lake, and the tracks disappear once they hit the lake. So there's no way you're gonna be able to follow them past this.
Yeah, I mentioned this to the group looking out. I say, doesn't look like we can go any farther.
Not without blindly guessing.
Unless we could fly over somehow, but I have no intention of turning into a fucking pigeon again.
Again.
Long story. I'll tell it to you later. So it looks like we're at a bit of an impasse here. We can't go any further. Oh wait, how's this guy die, do you reckon? As we're looking at.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
Yeah, I will ask you as well.
Okay.
Have a kind of inspection of the body.
Yeah, you didn't see any obvious wounds on him.
Yeah.
He may have
Just frozen.
well he looks kind of beaten up, but the actual like the frostbite and stuff of the body makes it really hard to determine.
Yeah.
He could have frozen to death. He could have gotten bludgeoned to death by something.
Okay. Huh. Well, doesn't look like he died from the same thing as the guys back there did, because they were obviously pierced with different wounds and stuff. So maybe just bad luck for him.
Can you all roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. I got a 19.
19.
In fact, because of my cloak of many eyes, I do have advantage on perception checks.
All right. So as you guys are looking around this sort of lake, the lake appears to let me just get back to my thing here. The lake kind of has a one like branches off into a river that runs not in the general direction that you came from. So not it probably loops around to be the creek that you guys crossed a little while ago. And then you can see across the lake, there's a river going in one direction, a decent like off across the other side, and one going. So you guys are basically heading southwest. There's one branch of the lake and river goes this way, and one goes this way. And as you don't see anything across the lake, but as you kind of turn your heads, you actually see that not far, probably about a half a mile from where you are, you see a bridge seems to be crossing the lake. And it's like a wood plank bridge, and you can just make out in the trees beyond the bridge, there seems to be a large, like, log cabin lodge.
Huh. As we're looking out, I kind of just point out to the group, as you haven't seen already, and I say, lodge sounds like he could have lived here. That guy actually, that could be his home. Perhaps we should have a look around and.
Perhaps
quite frank,
Maybe there's a fire, huh?
Maybe there's a fire. It's getting freaking cold out here.
And maybe some holy water for our thirsty friend over here.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys kind of make your way along the edge of the river towards this cabin, and as it kind of as you approach it, you see it looming in the distance. You start noticing not just the cabin, but there are forms, like there are people that are kind of milling around it, and you can hear shouting. You can see them sort of off in the distance. They're about a half a mile away, but you can see them sort of chopping wood and shouting orders at each other, and you can hear the sharpening of weapons and stuff. These don't appear to be any kind of locals. And as you kind of make your way towards this, and you kind of pause to think about what exactly this might mean and who these people might be, I think we're gonna have to wait till next week to find out.
Oh boy.
Oh, cliffhanger.
The cliffhangers. Oh, you're such a tease, Brian. Such a tease. Dum dum dum. So, that is episode 1 of the Reign of Winter.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys in chat think of tonight's session? What are your thoughts, your feelings, of course. In just a few moments here, we're going to be playing our next game, which is Remnants of Kalita, with someone for you guys from chat, so you can join in every week and play, of course. Let's go around and see what our players thought, and of course some hooks and plugs as to what you guys do on the internet. So Tracy, what do you think of today's session?
It was the perfect amount of kind of build up to something that is a like greater plot. Like the Frost was it was well set, and I feel that already the group is kind of getting a feel for not only where they're obviously being led, but just kind of like, oh, okay, oh, now we're doing this, oh, okay. So, and it's got all the fun antics from prior, and it's kind of introducing some new ones. So
Cool. What did you do on the internet as well?
Oh, I'm a full-time streamer on Twitch. My main game is Mech Warrior Online, but I do 3.5 hours of variety every night as well. 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
It's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, you can find a Trainsy on Trainsy TV over there. Alright, then let's go to our wonderful DM for tonight. Brian, you do things on the internet, do you not?
I do. I want to say I hope you guys had fun. I certainly had fun running this. I was a little bit, a little bit nervous to see how it was gonna go. That kobold thing was a weird wrench in the work. We're definitely gonna see how that comes into play in a little while. But I certainly, it was certainly a funny twist. I hope we get some interesting mileage out of that. So lots of fun role playing with you guys. I hope you had fun. For those of you who don't know, my name is Askren. I'm the host and DM usually for the Exploding Dice channel. You can find me on Twitch TV /Exploding Dice, where I DM Pathfinder with a group of people every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I also have a Dungeon Master talk show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. where I have a different guest every week talking about different things, viewer Q&A, all that kind of good stuff. And now I'm DMing here.
Yeah.
Hopefully you see more of me.
Oh yeah. Kira, good to have you on the show for the first time. What are your thoughts of the stream, the show, everything, and of course then what do you do on the internet yourself?
Wow, this was really fun. I watched you guys for a little bit after you approached me initially, and wasn't expecting it to be like even watching it, like actually playing it is a lot different than seeing it happen. It was really fun. Loved it, especially like the wild magic bits, probably.
Yeah.
The best ones. Yeah, and of course, like there was a bit of like a time mix-up with us, so it was kind of like okay.
Throw you into it, why not? So what do you do on the internet?
Right now, me and a couple of my friends, Sental and Shadow, Sental's in the chat somewhere, we're trying to start up a little small group called Subpar Mediocre Gamers, SPMG. We have our own separate channels. Right now, I'm doing kind of casual full-time streaming. Casual full-time. Mostly do variety, but we have 2 D&D campaigns of our own, called the Shattered Seas. Yep, there's Sental Bacon. And the other one doesn't really have a name. I think it's just called Fontaine's Fantasy Funland. But so we do those. Those don't really have a set schedule because there's a lot of players involved. And then like otherwise I'm doing like Minecraft. I do art on Wednesdays. I'm thinking I'm gonna do some art tomorrow again because Friday's is kind of like my open choice day. And then I was trying to do some playthroughs of like other games, but I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties with my computer right now, so.
I know how that is. So go and check out those guys if you haven't already. And of course, if you enjoyed today's show, hit that follow button and join us. We're going to go into a quick countdown here for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get into our next game coming right up, The Remnants of Khaleesi West Marches. Anyone can join every single week. It's good fun. But until then, guys, try not to get yourselves involved with any giant snow stags who are arcane beings. Because they're kind of lofty and
about it.
Yeah. Try not to get involved with any murderous pixies, because they suck. And of course, until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we're going to be here laughing when you do. Good night, guys. We'll see you in a few minutes' time.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye.
See you guys.